Hey, that's good, man. Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey,
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How you doing? It's good to see you guys. It's been a while. Everybody doing well?
yep.
Good.
Yeah, so far.
No comment.
I understand, man. I totally understand. I'm putting on the happy face today. It's been a rough a rough go of it lately, but today is the
Yeah, we're
start
like
of
the equivalent
my
of like mall Santas today. We're just
yeah.
putting on the beard and the hat, and we're just
Exactly. Yeah.
you
Today's
know
the start of
bringing
my
some Christmas
vacation,
cheer.
so I'm excited about that. Get the rest of the week and beginning of next week off of work, so I can just stream, hang out with you guys, and work on some D&D stuff. So I'm very excited for that. But I'm looking forward to playing today. I'm sorry that it's been another extended break. Hopefully you guys are refreshed and ready to do some dice rolling today. Um, Anybody want to recap what happened last time, if you can remember? If not, I understand. And then we'll get started.
All I can remember is the thing I see in front of us.
Yeah. So that's a big place to leave off. All right,
Well, hopefully we have its chew toy and it's not one of us. So.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
We sacrificed a bunch of life for a bunch of like special
Worthless
items. And they're not. We don't know if they're worthless yet. And I mean, my doll
We're
is
about to
actually
find
pretty
out.
cool. My doll's actually pretty cool, and it would sell for a lot. But but besides that, I think we like defeated a boulder portal trap, and
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. So like, oh yeah, like we had
There's
like
a mimic.
the moral quandary,
Yeah.
and then we don't even know if like we actually affected the
So-
world or if it was just like a question.
True.
So
Kill
like
a girl.
maybe someone did just die because of us, and we're just living, and it doesn't affect us at all. But regardless, now we're in this room, and I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, nice. That's a pretty good summary. So, long story short, you guys defeated a rock and killed a little girl. Good job.
And
And
got,
we defeated
got
a mimic.
doll.
And
He got a doll, and I got a rock.
yes, and someone got a pillow as well.
Yeah, I got the pillow.
Nice, which you are currently asleep on, correct?
Yeah. Back in the.
Yes, you guys are in the Pharaoh's dream chamber currently.
The opium den.
Yeah, pretty much. It's a real thing. Look it up. So, yes, you guys began your ascent, climbing the floors of the pyramid to try to unlock the magical secrets that the only other person that succeeded was the Lich that is currently trying to take over this alternate universe and get back into the real timeline and take over there as well.
He's the one who completed it?
Yes.
Well, that's news to us.
I was hopefully like that's definitely not like a spoiler. It's not like there's going to be some big surprise or anything. I thought that it was apparent, but yeah, he's the one. This is the place where the Lich got his necromantic powers from.
It's definitely a theory. Okay.
And
But he didn't use the doll.
He didn't use any of the items.
Correct.
Maybe he was like level 2 and he just had no HP. He's like, nah, dog, that's way too much. And he just like beasted his way through it.
So when we finish
Big
this,
brain.
we're gonna be gods.
That is definitely an idea.
Or we all like sold our soul to this place by like binding ourselves to these items that are bound to this place.
Yeah.
More likely, he was probably like level 20. He was just like, no, I don't need a pillow and a rock. I'm good, thanks.
He just brought his own. So my favorite way to begin these sessions, and it's been a while since we've got to do this, I think, but welcome everyone to episode 23 of the Elder Council campaign, and I need you guys to roll initiative. $17 for Brack right off the bat, very nice. It's a 10 for Flack. And 21, very nice. for Thwack.
I wasted my one good roll. tonight.
There it is. See, I got mine out early, dude. Got my bad ones.
All right, so let me write this down. As I explain to you what you see, you came out of this dream state to get back into the conversation with Anne, who explained your choice that you made to save the little girl in the village from the eternal torment in exchange for releasing the curse that would eventually doom the village to its fate. And she explained, like, let's skip ahead a little bit, go back in and see what your choice caused to happen, and go into the future of the village's timeline and see exactly what happens. And as you re-enter the dream state and you kind of emerge in the little valley that the village was situated in, you see that the whole landscape of the valley has changed, and where the village kind of was nestled in on the side of this river, where you formerly saw people like playing and maids doing the washing in the river and people farming along the banks, it's now just totally overgrown with landscape again. And this gigantic hydra emerges from the pool at the base of this waterfall where the village used to stand. All right. So the hydra rears its 5 heads, and you can see as it emerges from the mist and foam that is kind of bubbling up at the base of this waterfall. And the pool is surrounded by these trees, so you can kind of see into the pool, but it's a couple 100 feet around, and you can just see the heads of the hydra start to emerge as it kind of like senses that something is disturbed in its domain, and it begins to creep forward. The heads slowly moving, and then the 4 legs appear, and you see this dinosaur-like body with these 5 gigantic serpentine heads branching off of it, all looking in either direction. One will appear to kind of go dormant and close its eyes, while the other 4 snap around, and they kind of are active in different ways. They don't really have any pattern. They all seem to have their own consciousness to them, and it begins to walk towards you, but it's moving rather slowly, kind of just emerging from the water, like it's almost waking up, and doesn't really seem to see any of you yet. It just is sensing a presence or a change in its environment. And Thwack, you are the first one to kind of look around and get your bearings in this dream state, and you go first, and you get a surprise round of moving or actions or doing whatever you want, as you have the magic pillow.
Oh man. Okay. Where are we situated?
Oh, can you not see it on the map? I apologize. You are in the bottom left corner here. Let me zoom in.
Oh, there we are. Yeah.
It's not showing up on this stream. The page is too big, but yeah, you guys are like all the way in the bottom corner.
So I think I am going to take a page from Sir Robin's book and bravely run away. And
He bravely ran away.
maybe not so much run away, but run and hide.
Okay.
Maybe in that forest area to the left there, next to it.
To the left of the Hydra.
Yeah.
Okay. What is your movement?
50 feet, since I'm on Brutus.
Nice. Okay. So let's see how far I can go. I would imagine you can get in there somewhere. You just want to go into the trees somehow, or?
Yeah, let me see, because I also have. I mean, I can do the hide as a bonus action since it's for the goblins.
Right.
So I'm trying to see if there's anything in my spell list that I might want to do. Might do maybe Hunter's Mark.
Okay. You can be in any of these like 4 squares here. That would be the max of your range. Where do you want to be placed at?
Where you have me is fine, on the bottom left there.
Okay. So Hunter's Mark on the Hydra?
Yeah.
Okay. And that just automatically applies, correct? There's no save or anything? Is there a save for that?
But I don't think there is, but
I think you just put it on there.
until the spell ends, you do an extra 1d6. You have advantage on perception and survival. Yeah, it just puts it on there.
Cool. It is marked.
Cool.
All right, now it's your turn again.
Oh dear. But I'm all hidden and safe.
Well, you can save. Can't you save your turn or save your action?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can ready an
Let me
action if
see.
you'd like to do that.
You bravely ran away.
Also,
Yeah, 'cause
you
I don't
haven't
think I have,
technically like used the hide action yet either, so
Oh,
I thought I did that last turn. I guess I didn't roll for it, but
did you? Okay, so I thought you used. Did you use Hunter's Mark as an action, or is that a bonus action?
it's a bonus action. But either way, I can do hide as a bonus action because I'm a goblin.
Right. Okay. If you want to do that, that's fine. Make a stealth check.
Boop.
dum 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 dum. Ooh, nice.
19. Okay. Cool. So you are feeling hidden.
Yay.
So now you get another full turn.
Yeah, I'm just going to.
And there is, a decent amount of room left to explore at the top of the map as well if you want to move more or attempt to hide or prepare an action or whatever you want to do. You can also, investigate, attack, whatever you want to do.
Actually, if we can put me instead of where I'm at there, diagonally down and to the right there instead.
Right, like behind this little alcove of trees. Okay.
And then ready in action for if it comes within range to pop it.
Okay. What type of action are you trying to ready? Just a regular attack. Okay. And just so you guys know, the squares that this thing takes up are like the 2 across and 3 up and down. It's a very large creature, so it takes up 10 feet wide and then 3 up and down.
Actually, I guess I wouldn't have to ready that. It's been a while since I played this character.
I understand. Oh yeah, you have the polearm master, right?
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking.
So as soon as it moves into your range, you're going to get that opportunity attack anyways. Okay. Yeah. So you can use your action for something else if you want to.
Actually, I don't know that I can because I'm concentrating on Hunter's Mark, so I can't do a spell.
True.
Because I think most of my spells are concentration with the paladin.
Yeah, that is the plight of the paladin.
Yeah, no kidding. So yeah, I think I'm probably good right now.
Just gonna chill here. Okay. Let's see. Brack, you're up. You see your mounted ally kind of dash forward and hide at the edge of the forest before the Hydra's heads start to emerge from the mist and really get a good lay of the land and see what's going on. But it's starting to emerge now and begin to scan, and you don't know if it's noticed you yet, but
Okay.
it is beginning to like kind of get to the edge of this pool of water and start to maybe formulate a plan forward. And you see Thwack is like kind of hiding and paused on Brutus right behind a small cropping of trees on the banks of the river.
Okay.
Hopefully, I will not die terribly here.
Also, I have never ran a Hydra before, you guys, and I've heard that they are like deceptive party killers, so don't die.
Okay.
Thanks.
Just checking a spell out here. Okay.
Take your
What if
time.
we just like killed us right here and then just like everything we just end it? Like, oh, everyone died. The Hydra was too strong.
This entire campaign, I have never had a plan for like, I don't know what we're gonna do if
that's what
everyone
I'm
dies.
I'm gonna move up to the bridge.
Okay. Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You could get about right to this side of the bridge.
Okay.
Do you have 30 or do you have more?
30's it.
Okay. So yeah, you can get to about right there. You see this stone bridge that spans the width of the river. It's probably, 20 feet wide, and it looks like an old cobblestone bridge. It looks like maybe the only thing that is left of the original like architecture of this town. Almost like a reminder of what used to be here. You can see it's like really old and worn down. The stones are worn smooth from who knows how many generations of traffic across it, but it seems to be structurally sound.
Okay. I'm going to cast Wall of Fire.
Oh, okay.
And 20 foot, a 20 foot by 20 foot diameter.
In
right
a
on top of
circle?
them. Well, I don't know if I guess it's a circle.
I think you can make Wall of Fire into a line or a circle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know it's a line or it's just
Like
it's a ring. It's a ring. It says ring. Yeah, it's a circle, 20 foot diameter thing. I'm all put it right on top of it.
Okay. Let me see if I can do that for you.
No, I can cast.
It's
a level 4.
I feel like I'm gonna have to back up from all these trees that are about to catch on fire real quick.
We will see.
I just cast it, and there it is.
It's 20 feet radius or diameter?
Diameter.
So it's
4 squares.
pretty much right around his body there.
Yep.
Oops.
I left the tail in the water out of it. Let's see.
Oh yeah, hang on one second. I forgot I'm doing a circle here. You guys gotta forgive me my horrible Roll20 skills. I'm so impressed with your campaign already, Dr. Feargood. It's like so much more professional looking than mine. It looks good.
I had help. I bought the module on Roll20.
It's a smart thing to do, man. Okay, there we go. Purple fire all the way around his body. So that ring is on fire. The trees on the right bank start to kind of burst into flames, but the area is so moist from like all the foam and spray and mist from the waterfalls that any tree that catches fire kind of just smolders and embers, and it's just heating up the area, and you can see water evaporating. And the Hydra, not having seen anyone until now, the heads immediately start to snap at the air and freak out and start to let out these primal roars.
That's only 10-foot diameter that you drew in it.
Yes. Let me fix that.
Is each square 5 foot or each square? 10
Each square
foot?
is 5. So yeah.
Oh, okay. You don't have to redo it. That's fine.
So it would be like that. That's big.
Yeah. I guess I will get his tail.
Heck yeah, hang on, I'll move it into where it actually goes. If I can select this thing, hang on.
As long as I'm not inside.
Hey, you shouldn't be. If he puts it in the center, yeah, you'll just be right on the outside of it.
Hang on. I'm so bad at this, it won't let me select it.
I'm assuming you're directing it inward.
Oh, yeah. Fire inward.
Oh yeah. I can't click on it now.
Huh.
Here we go, hang on. Yeah, it won't let me select the circle. Okay. Just like that-ish.
That's good.
Okay.
Yep.
So it's surrounded by this ring of fire, and it makes the save if it starts its turn there or passes through it, right?
Let me check it.
Is that correct?
Sounds right.
Let's see here. Whoops. The wall is opaque. Lasts for the duration. When the wall appears, each creature within its area must make a dexterity saving throw. On a failed save, a creature takes 5d8 or half as much on a successful save.
Okay.
One side of the wall, selected by you, which is the inside
Right.
spell, deals another 5d8 fire damage to each creature that ends its turn in there,
Ah, okay.
within 10 feet of it.
Right.
Okay.
And then also if it passes through it, right? Is that correct?
Yeah, but not both on the same turn.
Right.
Yeah, not both on the same turn, but yeah, it does.
So right now on your turn, it appeared and it takes the damage if it fails, right? And then on its
Half as
turn,
much.
it can move through it and get out of it and take damage, or it can stay there and take damage at the end of its turn.
Either way, it'll take damage.
Okay.
Whether it moves through it or...
Cool. So I will make a dex save.
I think when he first casts it, it's only if it's actually like touching the wall. At least that's how I usually interpret it.
Let me see.
Yeah, you can link it in the chat really quick.
Within the area.
That would make sense. Let's see.
See, how do I link it? Let me check.
If you just click on the... Let me see.
I think I remember. I think you have to...
I might just be able to pull up your spells here, yeah. Fire.
Oh, okay. Here we go. I've got it. I just changed it. I'm going to hit it again, so it'll just put the spell description up.
Yeah, so it says when the wall appears, each creature within its area must make the save. And that, like, that's weird terminology for D&D. Like, that probably means, like, anything that's, you know, touching the fire. But when it's a circle of fire, I would consider this thing within its area, right? So I'm going to rule that it has to make a save immediately or it will take some damage. Because why not? That's more fun.
Well, it's going to take damage either way. If it does save, it only takes half.
Yeah. Let's see. 20. So
Yeah.
it takes half. So yeah, go ahead and roll your damage.
It was 29, so half of that.
Okay. Let's see. So it takes a decent chunk and it freaks out, and one of the heads was kind of whipping around and like directly touching the wall when it appeared, and that head took the brunt of the burn, and you can see a line of flame that like singed a scar into the neck of this head, and it looks like that Hydra head is quite damaged now. And let's see.
Can let me ask you something real
Sure.
quick. So the doll that we have, because I remember we tried to pull one of its heads off and it grew 2 heads in its place, right?
Yes.
So how many heads does the doll have right now?
It started
Well, it's
with 5, right?
started with
I
4,
think
so I
so.
think it has 5 now. I think that's
Okay.
what it was.
And how many heads does the Hydra have?
5.
So the same amount of heads?
Correct. Technically.
All right. Try
it
to
could
pull
just
the
be
heads off the
coincidence.
doll.
Yeah, just like let's like give it more heads.
Yeah.
Well, eventually it'll just be all heads and it won't be able to move and it'll be fine.
I don't think that's how you defeat a Hydra.
That is an interesting theory. Is that everything that you had for your turn,
It'll
Brack?
collapse in on itself like a neutron star.
Yeah, I think that I'm pretty sure that was a whole.
No
that's one
bonus action or anything?
I don't think. Just let me run through my spells. I don't think any of them. That's an action.
Only bonus action spells I can think of for clerics right now is like
I don't. Yeah.
healing word. I'm sure there's more. You can activate spiritual weapon as a bonus action. Okay.
I don't know.
I think that Flack, it's your go. You see the wall of fire surrounding the giant Hydra.
You said I could activate Jake?
If you have already cast the spell and he is active, then you can, use it as a bonus action. I think that's how it works.
Okay. Well, then I haven't.
Right.
I haven't cast it yet. It just says casting time, 1 bonus action.
Oh, then yeah, you can cast it as a bonus action.
I bring Jake out to play.
Cool. You can summon that anywhere within its range, right?
60 feet.
Yeah, where do you want it? Right next to the thing, or?
Yeah, I think Jake needs to be in the heat of the battle.
Jake arrives. Wherever, I guess, right there.
That's fine.
Okay. And then, do you have to hang on one second? Sorry, it's everything's taken a while today, guys. It's been a while since we've played. Let me look at spiritual weapon, Jake. When you cast the spell, you can make a melee spell attack against a creature within 5 feet of the weapon. Okay. And then every turn afterwards, you can use your bonus action to continue doing stuff with the sword. So as soon as Jake is summoned, you can make a attack with it.
Cool.
So go ahead and roll for that.
Yeah, spiritual weapon's awesome.
Yeah, clerics are so good. I'm really excited for the one that I'm playing in that campaign right now.
14.
14, okay. AC is 15. That's a miss.
I had a feeling it was.
And you see the wall of fire is like swirling around, and Jake is glowing with this heat and attempts to cut into the Hydra, and right as that happens, one of the heads kind of whips around and snaps at the sword and knocks it out of the way, and it begins thrashing around, deflecting the blow. Flack, your turn. What do you got for us?
Okay, after seeing his fellow comrades running into battle and figuring out that this is like a result of their actions, he like mutters under his breath, "This magical beast is much more beautiful than that town could ever hope to be. But now it's come full circle, and we have to kill them both. What a shame."
Nice.
And then he starts channeling up his fireball.
Oh, Heck yeah. Okay.
And he's aiming directly at like the second rightmost head, or the fourth head from the left, I guess. I don't
Okay.
know.
So the one that's in the bottom right square, one of these ones.
Yeah.
Okay. What is the range on fireball? Are you casting it?
150 feet. If it's not in range, I want to go up one and to the right two.
Let's see. I think you're definitely within 150 feet. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Yeah, you're within like 60 feet. So, heck yeah, man. So Fireball will hit. Fireball is a 20-foot.
It's like 20-foot radius.
20-foot
Radius?
radius.
Insane.
So if you center that fireball on that second to rightmost head, it will hit
Yeah.
Thwack right now.
Oh well.
Because it's huge.
Sacrifices
Like
had to be made.
this circle is half the size of Fireball.
Ooh.
It's huge. It's a crazy spell. So if you want, you could you could center your Fireball one circle over, and it would still totally hit the Hydra, but not your dudes.
Okay.
Up to you, though.
I
Well,
mean,
Jake-
if that still works out in that way, then I guess I won't shoot at that one head.
Yeah. So
You hear Jake go, hit me, fire me up.
unless you were saying fire bolt.
No, this was definitely a fireball.
Fireball. Okay, yeah. So you don't have to aim it at anything. Anything that's within that circle will get the equal amount of fire because it's a dex save. Anything that
Destruction.
fails just gets obliterated pretty much. And still,
Well-
even if it doesn't fail, it still takes damage.
Technically, I am aiming. I'm just aiming at like all those squares at
Yeah.
once, and everything within that. Every cockroach, every dust speck.
Yes. Okay. So let me see. I'll make a dex save here.
Doing a thermal cleansing.
Yeah. And how does your fireball look when you cast it? Like, how does your specific, brand of magic activate? What does your fireball look like when you cast it? Every wizard or sorcerer has their own, signature way that their spells and stuff look. What does your fireball look like when you explode it?
Well, it's probably like way too big. Like it's just like it's at its like final explosion size the entire time, but it's like a lot slower than other fireballs. So like basically it's like what you would imagine like if you saw Aqua Teen Hunger Force, it's like the quad laser.
Yes.
And it just shoots like extremely slow, but it's just this massive giant fireball that's the size of its explosion radius, just coming towards you, and there's no way to stop it.
Just wait for it.
You cannot stop the quad laser.
That reminds me of like the spirit bomb from Dragon Ball Z, just this like ridiculously giant thing that you just can't avoid. Or the moon
It will take
from
5 episodes to charge up my attack.
Yeah, the moon from Majora's Mask just slowly like coming down onto the planet.
Kind of reminds me of like Kael'thas from Heroes of the Storm.
Yes.
Like anything that had like a big slow fireball like always felt so satisfying in a game.
Kael'thas is literally is fireball. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay,
so that's kind of like the imagery.
The Hydra does not know it hit it. It can't see very well past this wall of flame, and by the time your giant fireball is detonating and bathing the area in flames, it cannot really get out of the way in time, and it takes the full brunt of the force. Go ahead and roll damage.
Let's go.
It failed the hell out of its dex save.
So let's see. 8d6. Let's see. 8d6. Oh man. No pluses.
It's at 23.
It looks like it.
Very nice. Okay, so you just explode this massive ball of death over the valley, and the Hydra takes the full force of it, and you see that very head that you were concentrating on is just like burnt to a crisp. And
wow.
Let's see.
Headshot.
See if anything special happens.
Does my doll squeal as it watches another Hydra?
Speaking of that, as you detonate this fireball and you see the head, one of the heads of the Hydra just kind of immolate and burn to a crisp and shrivel up and fall off, you look down and one of the heads of the doll is gone.
Cool.
I look at for my bonus action, I look at the doll I kiss the middle head and say I love you, and then I end my turn.
So when you do that, the equivalent head of the Hydra, like the middle head, it kind of like stops midair from its thrashing about and like looks around and like shakes itself off like something happened to it, but then it just goes back to its like furious movement.
Does it do the little like dog head tilt thing?
Yeah, like it's like what the hell just happened, and then it goes back to what it was doing, which is trying to kill you all, and it's the Hydra's turn. It is flailing about in the mist, and it's like smashing its tail into the back of the waterfall, and it's like causing rocks to fly off and just rock slide, and this water is splashing up and like kind of spilling into the wall of fire and creating this massive fog cloud of steam that is making it difficult to see anything inside of it, and the Hydra bursts forth through the wall of fire and is just thrashing and trying to escape from it. And it bursts out, so it has to make another dex save, correct?
Does it have to make a save every time?
I think
Let
if
me read
it
it.
moves through it, it might just take damage.
Just take the damage. Hang on one second. I gotta move the screen so I can read this. Creature takes the same damage when it enters the wall for the first time on a turn. Okay, so it just takes the damage. So, I don't know if you want to re-roll or if it's just the same.
That's up to you. I can re-roll. Don't matter to me.
I guess we'll just use the same number that you already rolled. It's just
Okay.
the intensity of the wall of flame, I guess. So it just takes the full straight up damage, I guess. And it bursts through the wall, and you can see the flames like really charred a lot of its skin. It has like this, reptilian kind of scaled, smooth, like almost like a whale, like blubbery skin, but it has scales on it. It's very strange, and it looks like it's being charred, and it has like these burn marks every couple feet from the wall of fire just licking at it. But it makes it through and begins thrashing about, and it sees this bridge, and it sees a little creature on the other side of the bridge.
Did it move close enough for me to give my attack of up?
It would have had to go like in the river. It's going out this way, so it definitely would have come within 10 feet of you. So go ahead and make an attack of opportunity.
Kick its butt.
Get to my sheet. Hmm.
11. That's going to be a miss.
Yep.
And it goes for a bite on old Brack here. That's going to be a, let's see, 19 to hit.
Miss. I got a 20.
Nice. All right.
Nice.
All right, and it gets, let's see, 3 more attacks.
Oh.
That one's a 24. That one will hit. And then the 2 rightmost heads will reach across and try to attack the foe that just tried to attack them. Another 24 to hit. And a 23 to hit. So, Brack, you'll take 1, and I'm assuming those hit against the whack?
Yep.
Okay. So, 1d10, hang on. Thwack, take 15. Also, you guys were all at, fully rested up and everything, right? When we began?
Yeah, I was. I got
Okay.
55.
You should be.
It looks like it.
How much did you say I took?
15 piercing damage.
Ooh.
Thwack. First bite comes down, take 9. Second one comes down, take 6.
Got off better than I did.
So also 15.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could have been worse.
And then it kind of splashes around a little bit, and it kind of starts to like position itself where it can put its front two like giant, like almost elephant like legs, like these giant trunk legs on top of the bridge to start to climb over it and get a better position to attack you from. Kitsu, thank you so much for coming to the stream and the Twitch Prime sub, and shared another 5 emotes to everybody. Those awesome Christmas emotes. Thank you so much. Good to see you.
Thanks. I got one too. Thanks.
Nice. Those are really cool. Thanks for all the support and everything today, guys. It's really good to see everybody. So that is the Hydra's turn. I don't think it has any other crazy stuff. It just gets a million attacks. So it's back up to Thwack. Back to Thwack.
All right. Yeah, I have that hunter's mark going. So I think I'm going to be suicidal and move up next to it.
Okay. Just one square down?
Yeah.
Okay.
What is this? Oh, yeah. All right. So I'm going to try to hit it.
16. That's a hit.
And I have an extra attack. So where did that go? There it is. Ooh.
And a crit. Very nice. Yeah. Roll all that damage.
Nice. All right.
Eight and 10. All right.
And then my hunter's mark. I think that's per hit, right?
Probably. That would make the most sense. I don't know why it would only do it on one. So that would be, let's see, you got 17, 25 total. Is that right?
And then I'm also going to use my Fury of the Small. When you damage a creature with an attack or a spell and the creature size is larger than yours, you can cause the attack or spell to deal extra damage to the creature equal to your level.
It is definitely larger than you.
Yeah.
So you are level 7?
7.
So an extra 7 on top of that. Okay. You guys are doing really well, chewing through this thing, as far as you know. So you did 30,
and Brutus gets to go too.
32 damage to this thing this turn so far, and Brutus gets to go, so yep.
And he misses.
13, yep, okay. So, you were slashing away at this thing and just pummeling it with multiple attacks, and Brutus tries to go for it, and it's just getting chewed up, and it's already focused on the bridge and trying to go that way, and now it has to divert its attention to the right and deal with you, and the head to the rightmost of its body that was focused on you gets caught in your flurry of blows, and you just lop it straight off.
Sweet.
Let's see.
My doll.
Now it is Brack's turn.
Oh, and
Did you want to move or anything?
Yeah, I'm going to use my bonus action to disengage and GTFO.
Okay.
Probably just a good 20 feet away or so.
Get the fuck out of here.
Just right up in this general direction.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. Over to
hit and run tactics, boys.
Over to Brack. The Hydra is attempting to climb up on top of this bridge and kind of bear down upon you with its 3 remaining heads.
All right. Well, Jake is coming over for some fun.
Okay.
Just good. Yeah, that's good. I was just gonna suggest right there. It takes a swing.
Go for it.
Yeah.
20. Yeah, that'll do it.
Nice.
Very nice.
Get him, Jake.
Yeah. Oh.
Hey, it's free damage.
Every little bit helps, Jake. You got it, buddy.
I rolls a 1. Sheesh. Okay, let me check something out real quick here.
It happens to everybody sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes you have trouble getting your damage up. It's fine.
Yeah.
I swear, these numbers aren't always this low.
Yeah. Man, you brought in outside help and summoned a new sword, and you can't even get that one up.
You can.
Usually my numbers are much bigger.
Searching for the perfect spell?
No, for the reading the weapon whelm.
Oh. Remember that your magic items are currently deactivated as well.
Oh crap! I forgot. They just use as weapons. They can't do.
They still count as magic damage or magic weapons, and they still have their bonuses and stuff, but they don't have any abilities.
So in other words, they didn't have the shockwave ability.
Correct. And when you previously have like reached out mentally to contact the like spirit inside of the weapons that are living weapons, you could speak with them telepathically, but doing that the entire time you've been inside the pyramid, they've been silent. Like Black Razor just totally collapsed and became just a normal magic sword again.
Okay. Well.
Is that a dreidel emote? That's amazing.
Yes,
So so since Jake is not a concentration spell, I can cast another spell, correct?
Yes, that is one of the awesome things about spiritual weapon. It's very powerful.
If it's concentration, you can cast other non-concentration spells. It's just paladins pretty much just have concentration spells.
Yeah. Clerics have quite a few as well, but you can kind of juggle them and make it work. It's really annoying with paladins. Like all of the really good smites and stuff are all concentration. It's really annoying.
Yeah, even smites is crazy.
Okay, I'm using Searing Smite.
Okay, speaking of
bonus action. So I'm hitting it with my weapon, which it'll do all the damage. I'm swinging whelm at.
Okay. 20, that'll hit. Roll all of the damages, however that works.
All there. Except for the thrown part.
Yeah, so 12 plus 4 fire damage?
Yep.
16, okay.
And
let's see.
I'm debating about something.
That hit connects, and you see the center head that you are focusing on. It gets like dented in on top of the head, and like a little searing burn mark gets left on the top of it, and it kind of looks like it's a little bit phased and kind of wiggles around a little bit confused.
Okay. Great. Oh, no, at the start of it.
Kitsu, welcome to the stream. Hope you've been doing well, man. I'm thinking I'm going to play some Dark Souls tomorrow, possibly, if you end up being able to come back, be able to talk and catch up a little bit more.
So he gets to make a Constitution save at the beginning of each of his turns to avoid the 1d6 fire damage automatically. He gets each round.
On the smite?
Yeah.
Oh, is that what that does? That's cool.
Yeah. That's
nice.
what I'm reading, at least. Yeah.
And how long does that last? Oh, it's concentration. So as long as you keep concentrating, it keeps getting burned.
Up for a minute, yep.
Very nice. Okay. I will keep that in mind when its turn begins. Do you want to move or do anything else?
Well, let's see. The only thing I could do is move, but I'd give an opportunity. So how many heads are down?
It currently has 3 heads.
I'll stay. That's it. I'm done.
Okay.
Something tells me we need to start hitting you with fire damage.
You guys have actually been doing pretty well with that. Like all of your attacks have been fire so far. It's kind of crazy. Flack.
Did not like that.
All right. So for this turn, he thinks he understands my fireball, but this is that was the primer. So now he lets his guard down the next time it comes up. But this one, it's gonna be a level 4 fireball,
Oh damn. Okay.
and I'm gonna add Fury of the Small to it, so it has a little more kick to it.
All right. Level 4 fireball upcasting the iconic D&D spell.
And I'm ready to use empowered spell if these rolls go crap.
Oh dang. Okay. This
Spending
you're
sorcery
going for
Fireball needs.
Yeah, he doesn't expect it. He's like, yo, this only does this much damage? Ah, this is easy, dude. And it's gonna do like double.
This is my favorite thing about like sorcerers is, you know, you can take subtle spell and like try to do some like real fancy stuff, but I love it. Like I cast fireball with empower spell. That's all I do. I'm just trying to kill everything all the time. It's like, yes, there's merit to that.
Hell yeah.
All right, it's got a 19 on its dex save, so it's going to take half damage. So go ahead and roll all the damage you'd like.
Alright, so fireball is 8d6, so half of that would just be 46.
No, you still roll all the damage, and it just takes half of it.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Okay. Cool. Okay, and then I can empowered spell the bad rolls.
All the ones or whatever. Yep. Dang, that was some pretty good rolls there.
That was
Holy
really
crap.
good. Okay, there's a lot of 6s and 5s, guys. More 6s than 5s. So I'm going to re-roll the 2 1s and the 4.
Okay.
Because I have 3 charisma.
Yep.
Let's see.
And then you have to stick with those.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So Kitsu in the chat says, surprising news on my end. My friend invited me to a D&D campaign. They had to reset because they lost a person. So this is going to be a new experience for me. I'm kind of hyped for it. And it seems to be 5th edition. Dude, that is super exciting, Kitsu. Obviously, we have a lot of D&D stuff going on here, and it's all 5th edition, and I play only 5th edition and make all my stuff for it. So if you have any questions, like, feel free to talk to me or any of these guys, and we're all super into it. So that is awesome. I'm super stoked about that, man. That's cool. More people that play the game, the merrier. So with the re-rolled, you turned a 4 and 2 1s into a 4, a 2, and a 1. So you got an extra damage.
I got 1 damage. I got 1 damage.
Hey, not bad. So 35 damage plus the 7 from Fury of the Small is 42. So it's going to take 21 fire damage. Not bad at all. And this thing is just beginning to like smolder. You can see charred burn marks all over it.
The 7.
How's the
wouldn't be
doll
reduced,
looking?
right?
Oh, yep, correct. Fury of the Small just adds it after the fact. So it's going to take half of 35, so 18 plus 7, so 25. So you get a little extra boost there. Very nice. And 25 actually is enough. Another one of the heads dies off.
Woohoo, less to bite me with.
How's the doll looking?
The doll now has the equivalent amount of heads as the Hydra, 2.
Is there like burn marks or like little like embers in it?
When you kind of inspect it closely, the spots where the like heads are missing from, it looks like a little charred like circle where the head used to be.
I think we're doing it, guys, but I'm gonna lose this really cool doll.
No, you just have a really cool headless doll.
Yeah.
True.
It's just gonna be a headless sack, or is it just gonna like fall apart? Like either way, it's gonna be hideous. It's gonna be all burnt and it's gonna smell
Then
disgusting.
you can make a new head to put on it.
it'll just,
Proper
it'll just, like, never
goblin
stick.
head.
Wait, whose head?
That's a good question. Any movement or bonus actions from
Black
Flag? Yeah. Anything else from you, Flack?
No, I think I'll just sit pretty here.
Okay. Back to the Hydra. It is beginning to obviously look pretty weakened. It's got 3 shriveled up, charred stumps where its heads were at, and it's the 2 remaining heads are just absolutely enraged and go into this fury, and it stomps and attempts to like lift up its upper body onto the top of the bridge like it was doing, so it could maybe like try to climb over it and get into a better position to attack Brack. It lifts itself up on the bridge, and the bridge collapses, and it slams back down into the water and brings its first head down to attack Brack. 15 to hit. That's a miss, right?
Yep.
And a 12. Ooh, that's not good. This thing is weakening by the minute. And let's see. It takes a bonus action and dives down into the river.
Oh.
And disappears.
It's so fast.
Yeah, really.
You will see the occasional like bubble up here, and then maybe the like a spike off of the back of it, and then it dives back underwater, and it appears to just be like, you know, speed swimming up and down the river, trying to like regain its momentum. And it's
Can I send Jake after it?
you can try. You have a bonus action. You can make a perception check for me.
Well, there went that idea.
You try to get Jake to, you know, spot the last time you like saw a bubble or a little fin pop up and take a swing at it, but you just get water splashed up.
Could any of us make a perception check?
Yeah, you can all do it. Go for it.
So I think I get advantage because of the hunter's mark.
Oh yes, you definitely do. Even if that you didn't, you would, because I think that's awesome. So you probably just you have a pretty good sense of where it's at all the time, even if you can't see it. But if you make a good perception check, you can definitely find it. So Flack, you have a decent bead on where it's at, and you can kind of easily spot the different areas that it's kind of surfacing. And Thwack, you know right where it's at, and you see that it pops back up in the original place that it was. Hang on one second. The wall of fire is no longer there. Correct?
It's a minute long. Wait a minute.
Is it concentration?
Yeah, it would be concentration.
No, it's gone. That's right then.
Okay.
Because I cast another concentration spell, so it's definitely gone.
Right. So it pops back up in the pool of water, and you can see all of the this smoking scorchingness that was coming off of it before has subsided. It seems to be back to its smooth, scaly skin, and it has 3 heads again.
Oh.
Bingo bongo. You fell right into my trap.
Back to Thwack.
All right. I'm going to.
You like the Santa in the background, Kitsu? Thank you.
Going to charge up next to it. Try to smack, bite, and then run away.
Okay. You right on the bank, or?
Yeah, that works.
Okay.
Find my sheet.
Roll away.
This, and that.
That's 1 smack and 1 bite. 27 from Brutus. That is awesome.
Dang, Brutus, calm down.
Biting that head.
So that's my smack plus hunter's mark.
Okay.
And then Brutus does 11, and then the I don't even know if it can be
it cannot.
Yeah, I figured as much.
So Brutus goes up and makes a very good attempt and bites onto one of its legs and attempts to wrestle it down, but it kind of just kicks him off. No,
And then,
no harm in
go
trying.
to, bonus action disengage and bravely run away.
Very nice. Right back to where you were, or
Yeah, that's good. Right.
okay. Let's see. Back to Mr. Brack. The bridge in front of you has collapsed.
Okay.
It's like I finally start to get to use him as he's supposed to be used, running away.
Yeah, I'm glad that we have this big open field area where you can fully utilize the character that you thought up. That's cool.
Yeah.
I like the whole idea of it. I really love the mounted. I don't think the mounted combat rules in 5th edition are fantastic, but if you tweak it a little bit, like it's pretty cool. And I love mounted characters.
Yeah, a lot of the mechanics are pretty like bare bones.
Yeah,
Just let
you
the
can spice it
DMs
up a
worry
lot.
about it.
Yeah. One of the characters that I made that I want to play in one of Feargood's campaigns is a halfling fighter that rides on one of the Mastiff dogs.
Oh yeah, nice. Yeah, I love the warg, man. It's pretty
Yeah, that's
awesome.
cool. Iconic. All right,
Love that it
Brack.
can talk too.
Mhm.
Okay. I'm going to cast another spell. Forgo my Searing Smite.
Okay.
Let me just change this so the whole spell appears in the chat. I'll be doing Spirit Guardians.
Spirit Guardians is awesome.
I'm gonna move up and then cast that where I'm not, if I can, close as I
Where
can.
would you like to move to? Okay, right up next to it.
Yeah.
Okay. So for 15 feet around you,
Well, I could back up one more.
Okay, that's fine.
So because it'd still be within the 15-foot range.
Yep. So what is your alignment?
Oh, I don't know. I forget. Chaotic neutral.
Chaotic neutral. Okay, so your spectral form appears either angelic or fey, whatever you choose, up to you. And then 15 feet around you, they're kind of floating around in this protective aura.
I'll take fey. I'm kind of partial to druids, or not druids, but
Dryads.
Yes, thank you.
Cool. Let's see. So you can designate any number of creatures you can see that will be unaffected by it. I'm assuming you choose your own party.
Yep.
And let's see, an affected
nice
creature.
of you.
Yeah.
I can choose up to 3 people, so I'll also choose Jake. Make sure he doesn't get hurt.
Okay. I think you can choose any number of creatures. So let's see. The enemy's speed is halved, so it can only move half of its normal speed. And when it enters the area for the first time in a turn or starts its turn there, it must make a wisdom save. Failed save takes 3d8 radiant damage or necrotic damage.
Ignore that fire damage. That was my mistake.
On a successful save, it takes half.
And my spell save is 14.
All right. Wisdom save. What's the wisdom on this thing? A big fat 0. So it rolled a 5.
Yes.
All right. And bonus action? Just a swing with Jake?
Yep.
Cool. Swing away. Santa with the hand of Vecna. That's awesome.
That's funny.
Have you guys heard of the joke about the head of Vecna?
That's got to be a bitch to attune to.
Yeah, back in the day when the hand and eye and stuff of Vecna was first going around, and little indie first edition groups and stuff like that, and people were like, "Oh my god, I'll do anything for those items," and people were arguing about them. You know, like you'd had to race to be the first one to cut your hand off so you could use it. A DM put the head of Vecna in the game to see which one of his players would cut their own head off first.
Probably didn't take long.
Yeah. It's like, all right, you have removed your head. Roll a new character.
It was a total joke. Of course, there's no head of Vecna. What are you doing, cutting off your own head?
Exactly.
That's just a normal skull.
Yeah.
What are you...
It's a iron helmet.
I
and
just put
now
a
you're dead.
wizard's hat on it, man. Come
Just a bicycle helmet with some duct tape on it. How'd you not know?
All right, Jake with a 24, definitely a hit, and another 5 force damage. Nicely done. And you, let's see, you did 17. Okay. Anything else from Mr. Brack?
Nope.
All right, over to our sorcerer friend.
You played right into my hand, you stupid, beautiful beast. I blasted you with fireball after fireball, knowing you would want to take solace in the rivers below, causing you to ultimately fall into my trap card.
So I pick up the doll, raise it in my hand, and I cast Shocking Grasp.
Okay. Onto the doll?
Yes.
Interesting, okay. Is that a save?
So it says it springs from your hand, a lightning springs from your hand to deliver a shock to a creature you try to touch. So I assume that I'm just touching it without it trying to prevent me, right? It's like a doll.
Sure.
Because it's a melee spell attack otherwise.
Yep.
I don't feel like I'd have to attack the dog because it's just like a pillow with a face. But that's up to you.
No, if it's an attack that it would have to make a save, the doll is unable to. It automatically fails any save.
Sick.
So go ahead and do whatever Shocking Grasp does to the doll, anyways.
All right. I will hit for 1d8.
Okay. Does
Lightning
it
damage.
have any other sort of side effects or anything if a creature is hit by it?
And it just says it takes lightning damage and it can't take reactions until the start of its next turn.
Okay. So the beast emerges from the pond, and you can see it doing this quick battle with Thwack and Brack, and they're rushing in and out, and you can see Jake attacking it, and you hold up the doll and you just like electrify this doll in your hand. One of the heads immediately just like blasts off like it was just put in the electric chair. And one of the heads of the Hydra, just the same thing. It just like this 40-foot long snake head just flies across the valley, and it just disappears like Team Rocket style across the horizon. And it takes a critical amount of damage from the lightning.
It's like a Nerf gun bullet just going off into space.
And that head is completely like severed.
This doll is awesome.
This is the best doll I've ever beaten up.
So it's back down to 2 heads. Anything else from Flack?
I apologize to the doll another time. I'm sorry we have to do this, but we're gonna have to kill you. And I pet it. I pet the remaining 2 heads.
You almost see like a hint of a tear, but then you think that it might just be the mist and the fog rolling off of the river, and you're not sure. All right, is that it for your turn?
Definitely, yeah. There's a little mist in my eyes too.
Of course. Back to the Hydra.
So is this like Pokemon? If we get it down to 1 head, then we can try to catch it and tame it and make it our own.
Pretty sure we're in a dream, right? Like a collective dream. I don't think we could take dream Pokemon.
Well, you certainly could try, couldn't you? The Hydra will attempt to... I don't know how... It can move through a space where a spiritual weapon is at, right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I would assume it can. The sword's just floating around, right? Hydra doesn't care. It's not like the sword's going to lock it in place. It will try to move around you still staying in your area of influence. Let's see. It can only move half speed though, right? Because it's in your spirit guardian, so it can only move 15. So it will. Let's see. It'll go. Maybe it can go like right here. So Jake's kind of chilling under its tail here. Let me rearrange a little. Yeah, that's fine. And it will try to attack Mr. Brack with its 2 remaining heads. 22 to hit.
That hits.
And a 20.
Oh.
10 piercing damage. And 8 piercing damage.
Ouch.
And its 2 remaining heads are both, just like darting in and trying, like hitting you like piranhas, just like one after the other as they take jabs at you, and then they whip around and they're like bloodthirsty, just like scanning the battlefield for the other members of your party, and it's just constantly on alert. And it seems like the burns that it had are more or less okay now. It still seems a little bit like it's frazzled from the electricity, so it's really all over the place. And it's back to Thwack's turn.
Well, that looks like what?
Sorry.
Oh.
Names are too similar.
Thwack, not Fleck.
Okay, I get confused with that.
That's me too. All of the names.
So you said Thwack?
Yes,
Paladin?
you.
Okay, cool. I'm going to run up, pop, bite, and run back.
You gonna do a drive-by?
Yep.
Yeah.
Let me get my attacks here. Okay, I did go 2.
Looks like 1 quarterstaff hit and 1 Brutus bite.
All right. So did that and a hunter's mark and Brutus bite.
So 14. Let's see. When Brutus latches on, he goes to like do another like kind of jumping attack and latch onto a leg to try to knock it down again, but one of the heads whips down and gets in its way, and one of the heads gets a giant gash in its neck, and it kind of like flops around a little bit while the head is trying to dart around. This gash just keeps ripping open.
Nice. Good boy, Brutus. And then
dash back. All right.
Run away. Bravely run away.
Of course.
I am leading it away from. Yes, I'm bravely leading it on a merry chase.
Yes, of course.
To keep everyone else safe.
How brave of you.
Yeah, while I'm around to play with, it ain't gonna follow you.
Right.
I mean, you don't have to be there. You could do the same thing.
No, I can't. I'm a hobgoblin. I don't have that ability.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, sucks for you.
Speaking of Mr. Hobgoblin, Brack, it is your turn.
The one ability I do have is if I screw up a hit, I can say what 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. Dang it, I'll have to move.
Oh, also, I forgot, you are still concentrating on your Searing Smite, right?
Nope. Or was it? No, wait a minute. No.
Did you
So
change?
Hold on a minute. Let me think.
I can't remember. Oh, yeah, you cast
Guardians.
Spirit Guardians. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure I'm keeping track of everything.
Right.
It's not easy.
Yep. Okay. So I'm going to move diagonally down.
To the left there?
Yeah. That's going to get Flack within 30 feet of me, so in case I need to use my ability,
Sure.
I'll get a +2 to a roll.
Cool.
Just in case I need it. So I'm going to try to smack him with my hammer.
Sure.
There it is. Oh, nice.
Big old crit. You can go ahead and roll Jake's attack too if you want, if that's what you're planning on doing with your bonus action.
I'm debating. Let's see what this does. So 8 damage.
Okay.
I'm debating either do Jake or I'm gonna do a healing word on myself. And I've got 30 levels. Cast that. Okay, I'm gonna do healing word on myself
Sure.
and cast it at 3rd level.
Nice. Okay.
That's my bonus action, so I can't attack with Jake this.
Right.
Oh man. Oh, no, it's 9. Okay, 2, 5, 9 points back. Okay,
Cool.
that's it for me.
Alrighty. The Hydra, you hit with your Warhammer, you hit that gash that was in the remaining head on the right, and you just like beat into it, and you can see the like vertebrae in that neck crack, and that head like flops down, and it's not detached, but the head on that neck is dead, and it's just hanging there from the body. And Flack, it's your turn. I'm sorry that I know that was disgusting. Flack, it's all you.
All right. Well, looks like I got another fireball in the cooker.
Fireball.
3rd time's the charm, right, boys?
Yeah.
And I'm like looking directly at Jake as I say this.
Right, boys?
You can see
Right.
Jake, the sword, does like a sword flip in the air.
Yoo-hoo!
And like he ends his flip in such an angle that like I can see my exact reflection. And I'm like, all right, let's do this. And I
Nice.
center a shot to make sure it includes the Hydra.
Okay. It
And
attempts to avoid your fireball. What is your spell save DC?
my spell save DC.
Yeah.
Where do I find this magic number?
It
Spell
is
page.
on your spell page at the top. It's a 14.
There it is.
The Hydra got a 13, so it's going to take the full
Woohoo.
fireball.
Yeah.
So roll your damage. This is the most fireballs I've ever seen in one battle, and it's awesome.
So many
I've been
fireballs.
holding them. I've been saving them up.
I started out with a wall of fire.
Yes, this is awesome.
Also, I couldn't use them before because we're like in like small little like caves and dungeons. They
Yeah.
just kill us all. So now that we're outside, it's time to just throw them all at once before I'm crammed into a cave again.
It's awesome.
All right, let's throw this.
Ooh, nice.
Nice.
I don't even need to empower that spell. That's a good spell.
32.
Pretty good.
You see when you like start channeling this like a total anime moment. You look at your reflection across the valley in Jake that's like floating in midair, and when you begin channeling this fireball, the doll actually like flies up into the air out of your hands, and right where you were like envisioning this ball of fire like coming into existence on the battlefield, the doll like shoots over and flies into that spot, and the doll itself just like erupts with this black fire and totally encapsulates the entire Hydra, and it just evaporates and explodes, and the whole thing is
Ooh.
dead.
Does it do that like cartoon thing where it all turns like black and crispy, and then the top breaks, and then it all crumbles down in like a silhouette of the the Hydra heads?
Yes.
We're like, oh no, it's still alive, and then it just.
Yeah, it like the fire disappears and the whole Hydra is still there, and then yeah, it just like melt, and you can see the
Like
skeleton,
the
and then the
strong
skeleton
breeze
melts.
comes through, and it's just
Yeah.
That was a necromancer hydra.
It's like in the cartoons when someone walks over the cliff and they still float until they look down.
Yeah.
Like the hydra's still alive, and then it looks and it sees its charred body, and then it just disappears into the wind.
It's watching itself just fall apart.
And you guys have
a single
defeated
tear falling down.
the
I cry as I watch
Dream
the dull
Hydra.
bird.
You all have reached
That cost
level
my
8.
life.
Do what?
You have all
Level
reached
8.
8th level.
That's
Cool.
Fury of the Small. Let's go.
Yeah, heck yeah. Congrats, everybody. Good job. Pretty impressed with the use of all the fire abilities. I don't know if you guys, if your abilities naturally just are good fire attacks, or if you all were like thinking that you should actually use fire against hydras, but they do have the ability that it's very hard for them to regenerate and do all the things that they need to do if they've been hit by a fire attack this turn. So good job.
Really? That's the actual term.
Yeah, you guys made it like way easier on yourselves. So good job.
Well, that's cool because I basically rolled my guy into being more fire
Like a
focused for the
pyromancer?
dungeons. Yeah, like
It was
a
actually-
pyro
I was-
with a little lightning. So I
Actually,
guess that it all worked out. I guess it just
Yeah.
happened to be the culmination of where that all came together, where we all just like our specs kind of just perfectly kind of matched this encounter.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
cool.
you don't throw.
I was actually
fire
worried
weakness
fire wouldn't work.
against goblin sorcerers.
Right. Yeah, that was cool. So 8th level, do you guys, anyone want to do it right now? You can wait if you don't have any idea if you want to, but we can continue. I do have a little bit more prepared for today if you guys want to level up your characters and keep going in the dungeon.
That's fine with me.
Cool.
Yeah.
Start with Brack then.
All right.
Get you up to level 8 here. See what you get.
Another spell, probably.
Would you like to roll or average for your HP?
Average. Last time I rolled, it wasn't too healthy.
Okay. Get you an extra 5, it looks like. And you get some new features, which is cool. See what you get. You get Destroy Undead, which is part of your channel divinity. So when an undead fails against your channel divinity, now it is destroyed if it's CR1 or below instead of just getting turned. Pretty cool. Get an ability score increase. Would you like to take an ability score or a feat? I don't know how to do the feats on here, so you'll have to help me out with that.
Well, let me type it up and look at it real quick. Beats. If you type in the compendium feats, it'll bring them up,
Okay.
and then you click it. That's what I'm doing to look and see what feat I might.
Let me see if I can find it on here. Hang on.
Something's not loading on mine. There it goes. Finally loaded up. They're in alphabetical order, so.
Cool.
So what can you? No, you can't. I'm just wondering what my. There we are. Abilities are right at the moment. Strength, Constitution, X. All right, 17 wouldn't help.
So yeah, you could take a +2 ability score and get another bonus to your wisdom or strength or whatever, or you could take a feat. One of the +1 feats wouldn't be too good.
No, sure wouldn't.
For anyone that's new or doesn't know, feats are a thing that you can opt to take instead of ability score increases. They're kind of a variant rule, but they're so popular that pretty much every group uses them. It's kind of like getting a little bonus extra ability for accomplishing great deeds, obviously, like feats of strength or whatever. So there's a bunch of them if you check your player's handbook, or Xanathar's guide, I think, has a bunch of different feats and stuff like that. So there's a lot of them. They do different things, power up different abilities. They're pretty cool, so check them out.
Yeah, I think Xanathar has racial feats.
Yeah, all the racial specific ones. There's actually some pretty good ones. Any idea?
No. Sorry.
Oh, you're
I'm
good.
fine.
You're good. It's been a while, and I sprung this on you guys, so no rush at all. Thank you guys for hanging out. I appreciate it. Everyone that's been watching the chat, it's good to see you all. See that there's a decent, healthy amount of you guys watching out there. I really appreciate it. Hope you're having a good time. All of the previous episodes of the campaign are available on YouTube. I think we're just one episode behind since it's been a couple weeks, so that one is uploaded. I just need to publish it, and then this episode will be up within the next week or so. Then you can get all caught up. After the session tonight, I have a couple things to talk about as far as the campaign goes. So we'll wrap up the gameplay a couple minutes early, and then I'll go over some stuff with these guys. So everyone stick around. I would throw in some advice on which feat to take, but I have no idea.
I was going to go ahead, tell me, and then you said you don't know.
I always take the same like 3 feats, like Great Weapon Master, Polearm Mastery, and all that stuff. I'm pretty boring. And then, like, I might suggest Warcaster for you, since you are doing a lot of those concentration spells. If you check out Warcaster, it's quite good.
Yeah, Warcaster is awesome.
That's the one that I took at level 1 on my variant human cleric in your campaign, actually, Dr. Feargood. Gives you a bonus on all those concentration checks, and you can cast your spells with no hands free. You can have a weapon and shield and cast your spells, all that stuff. I haven't been really, paying that much attention to that kind of stuff in this campaign anyways, but it does help you with those concentration checks if you have to make those a lot.
Let me take a damage.
You can always take one of the Magic Initiate feats that gives you access to other classes' magic and cantrips. Those are pretty good. Want me to come back to you?
Yeah, please. Sorry.
No, you're totally fine. I get it. Anybody else feel like they want to level up?
I'm just looking at feats right now.
Cool,
Yeah.
Everybody's looking at feats.
I feel you.
I think I'm kind of between 2 right now.
Which ones are you thinking?
Although as soon as you said Magic Initiate, I was like, ooh.
That one's pretty cool. I like that a lot. I almost took Druid for my cleric.
Oh, I forgot about that one. I took that on my character of another game.
It's really good. If you're a wisdom-based class, like a cleric, if you take the Magic Initiate Druid, then you can take Shillelagh and you can have a cantrip that allows you to attack and add your wisdom modifier to your attack instead of your strength. Very good for a high wisdom cleric.
Yeah, Shillelagh's pretty awesome.
That will be my level 4 feat choice on my Arcana cleric, because I'll have a super high wisdom. My strength is okay, but I'll pretty much be like a fighter cleric wizard. It's gonna be awesome.
2 cantrips and
You get 2 cantrips and a spell.
Yeah.
A first level spell.
Yeah.
It is kind of wonky on Roll20. Like, it was giving me some trouble when I tried to do it before, so you might have to just write it down and keep track of it, but shouldn't be a problem on here. It's not like I'm, forcing you guys to pay close attention to your spell list or anything like that. Flack, what are you leaning towards? Any ideas yet? Anything that catches your eye?
I'm just trying to see anything that's like relevant to what I do, and right now I've only really seen that sticks out to me is alert and lucky.
Those are both very good. Lucky's like maybe the most commonly chosen feat. It's just good for every character.
Yeah, it's one that I've always wanted to try out, but I'm not sure if there's something better for a sorcerer because I just haven't looked through the eyes of a sorcerer. For
Spell
beast.
Sniper is also really good, I think. Let me
What the
look at
hell
that
is
one.
that?
When you cast a spell that requires to make an attack roll, the spell's range is doubled. Your spell attacks ignore half and 3/4 cover, which we haven't been using that much, but I could. And you learn one additional cantrip that requires an attack roll. You get to choose from the Bard, Cleric, Druid, Sorcerer, Warlock, or Wizard spell list. So you can double your attack roll spells ranges, and you get a new cantrip. So up to you if that's relevant to you or not.
Seems good, but I don't know if it's for this campaign.
Right. Let's see. Lucky's good, like you said. There's a lot of options. Alert is good. That +5 bonus to initiative with alert is kind of crazy.
Skulker is pretty nice for goblins too.
Let's check that out.
'Cause it lets you hide while you're only lightly obscured.
That is good. Let's see. You can hide when you're hidden from a creature and miss it with a ranged weapon attack, making the attack doesn't reveal your position. That's crazy good.
Yeah.
Nice. Requires dex of 13 or higher. Yeah, for like a goblin or halfling rogue, that's incredibly good.
Yeah, like rogues, and I mean goblin get the bonus action hide, so like it's
Pretty
so
much
good.
always getting your sneak attacks and hiding.
I'm going to go with the druid.
The magic initiate druid.
Yep.
Very nice choice. All right, let me get back to Brack here. How do I add that to your
Okay.
to your
Drag
page?
it over from the compendium.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Just if you bring it up in the compendium and then click the feats, actually it should give me a list. Actually, just type that one in. Magic initiate. It should bring it up.
Yeah, I've got it up. I just don't know how to add it to your. Add it
Oh,
to you.
if you got it in the compendium, you just drag it to the column on the core sheet.
Okay,
Like
so
once you finish
I'll have to
leveling
wait
it up,
leveling you
yeah.
up. Okay. So we'll skip
Oh,
the
okay.
ability score.
Right, you gotta do that. I'm sorry, yes, you gotta do that after you finish everything.
Oh, it's all good. So let's do your spells real quick. You can add, holy cow, 11 new spells.
What? Holy, 11 new spells?
That's what it looks like.
I think that's what you have access to, right? Not like.
Let's see.
Can you move over to the right? I can't see.
Yes. So you can. It says you have access to 11 new spells, but then it also.
Oh, right, because the cleric gets access to all spells. They just prepare
you're
a
just
select
preparing
number.
your spells, but I guess it's gonna let you learn one new spell. That makes more sense. But you can prepare whichever ones you want, but you can do that anytime. But if you want to learn one more new spell, you can do that.
I think it's the other way around. He's learned all the spells, but he can only
he can
prepare
prepare one extra one. Yep, that's right. That's right.
That's good. Just go ahead and go to the next. I'll work.
Cool. Yep, you do that.
Go at whatever's next in the lineup.
Okay, so apply. And let me see. Can I drag this magic initiate over to you? Did it work?
Yep.
Cool. Yep, and you go ahead and pick whatever spells you want there.
All right.
Cool. Who's up next? Anyone else got an idea of what they want to do?
I think I know.
Cool.
Also for Flack, Ritual Caster's pretty nice.
Yes, Ritual Caster's super good. Good on Sorcerers too, like something you don't usually
Give a few
see.
more options. Yeah.
All right. 8th level for Paladin, you get some HP. You want to roll or average?
Just average.
Okay. Feat or ability score increase, of course.
Gonna do feet.
Okay.
Underway.
And spells, you can do whatever you want. Paladins also prepare their spells, correct?
Yeah. I think so.
Pretty sure.
So we have a really small
Yeah,
spell
like
list,
terribly
and
small. Is there anything you want to switch around while you're here? You can do it off.
Did I get access to any new ones, or just?
You can add 7 new spells, which is already what you had, I think. So no new ones. I
Okay.
think at 9th level you get access to the next higher level of spells, 3rd level spells.
Yeah. All right. I'm good with what I've got then.
Okay. Yeah, paladins take forever to get the higher level spells. It's kind of a bummer.
Yeah. And they're not a full spell casting.
Yeah. You've gained Aura of Protection, Divine Sense increase, Lay on Hands increase, and some more spell slots, I guess.
Nice.
And which feat would you like to add?
I'm gonna do Mounted Combatant.
Ooh, okay. What does that do?
It does a few things, but the big thing is that it gives me advantage on anyone that's not mounted who is smaller than my mount.
Okay.
And Brutus is large, so
Ooh.
anything medium or smaller, I'll have advantage.
So pretty much every, humanoid target.
Yes. Yeah.
Very nice. You can force an attack to target your mount instead of you.
Yeah, and then the mount also gets like a evasion basically for dex saves.
Perfect. Very good. Yeah, awesome.
It doesn't take any damage if it's a half damage ability or.
I like it. And let's see, Flack. Any idea?
Well, Ritual Caster does look super cool, but they'll save time on trying to find the perfect spell. I'm just going to go with lucky.
Find familiar.
Yeah. You're
I
gonna
don't
do
know if
what?
I'm gonna go with lucky.
Okay, cool. That's totally fine too. It's really good. It just gives you so much more consistency. Like, it's good for pretty much every character. Do you want to roll or average HP?
Average.
Okay. You get 8 sorcery points now. Very good. And we'll do the feat. And let's see, spells. You can add 1 new spell and you can replace 1 spell. Sorcerer spells I understand way better than the other ones. This makes more sense to me.
I don't think there's anything that I really want to change at this moment, unless you think there's a good fire spell. I think my fire loadout's pretty good.
It's totally up to you. If there's anything that you have on your spell list that you haven't been using a whole lot, you can swap it out. You do have access to 4th level spells, and you can add 1 new spell as well. So you don't have to swap it out. You can add 1 new one. Highly recommend a lot of these 4th level spells. They're all really good. So if you were going to add one, I would add Polymorph is insanely good. Yeah, absolutely.
Alright, I'll get Polymorph then. I won't remove anything.
I was not trying to influence your decision at all, but
no, I was already I looked at these a long time ago when you said we're leveling up, and I was like, okay, I'll get level 4 spells, so I probably can get one. And the only one that was you know what, I could use this is Polymorph. So
100%.
Okay. I'm like,
any character that I have that has access to Polymorph, take it as soon as you get it. It's so good. You can turn other party members into T-Rexes, and they just destroy everything.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't think they could turn
it works like a baleful polymorph in older editions too, right? So you can use it on enemies.
Yes, so you could turn an enemy into whatever you want, but you could also you could turn Brack into a T-Rex, and he can just go crazy on people for however long the spell
So
lasts.
turn him into a T-Rex, turn them into a little snail.
It lasts up to an hour.
Yeah, it's insane. It's very
Speaking
good.
of snail,
But I have to concentrate. But it's my only concentration spell, so.
Well, the cool thing is also you can use it on yourself, so you can polymorph yourself into a T-Rex, and then you're way more likely to succeed on those concentration checks and just wreck people. So you can do a lot of cool stuff with polymorph. Like, definitely look into it and see all the cool stuff you can do. It's a great spell.
Wait, so then
Become a
if I can
quasi-
do that, can I remove Ice Storm and get Stone Skin?
Sure.
Because I'm imagining I turn myself into a T-Rex with Stone Skin.
So they're both concentration spells, unfortunately.
Damn it.
But Stone Skin, you turn the flesh of a willing creature hard as stone. It has resistance to non-magical bludgeoning, piercing. So it's kind of like Rage. You have you take half damage from everything.
Yeah, Stone Skin's not as good in this edition.
It's okay.
If it wasn't concentration.
It is concentration. So if you want to pick something else, you're welcome to do that.
What's Watery Sphere? I didn't even look at that one.
Yeah, we can take a look. Also concentration, but it might be more useful at sea. You conjure a sphere of water within a 5-foot radius at a point you can see. It can hover 10 feet off the ground. Any creature in the sphere's space must make a strength save. On a successful save, the creature is ejected from the space. Let's see. On a failed save, it's restrained by the sphere and engulfed by the water. And this is a really weird spell. It's so complicated. As an action, you can move the sphere. Okay, so you can
So much text.
you can surround people with a sphere of water and restrain them, or if they succeed on the save, then they just get knocked out of the space that they're in. It doesn't do any damage though.
It's like you put him in a little Pokeball.
Yeah.
So can I pick them up and then put them over a pit and then cancel the spell?
Let me see if you can move them. If
If
it
not,
moves over
I
a
don't
pit, a cliff, or other drop-off, it safely descends until it's hovering off the ground. Now, how lame.
Yeah, that's the worst way it could ever work.
Yeah. So, probably not that one.
No, I don't want that.
I seem to remember Confusion being pretty decent.
Confusion's good. Greater Invisibility is fantastic. Banishment is very good.
D-Door is always good.
I just took banishment.
Yeah, Banishment's fantastic.
What? Sickening Radiance.
That's a cool spell name.
That sounds cool.
Let's see. Dim greenish light spreads within a 30-foot radius sphere. So same size as Fireball, but a sphere. So it goes, up in the air and all that stuff, which Fireball probably is as well. The light spreads around corners and lasts until the spell ends. When a creature moves into the spell or starts its turn there, must succeed on a con save or take 4d10 radiant damage. And it suffers 1 level of exhaustion. Holy cow.
What the hell? It's like when I enter the sunlight.
This light makes it impossible for the creature to benefit from being invisible. That's very good. So if you guys don't know, exhaustion, each level you get of exhaustion increases the downside that you get from it. Eventually, if you get, I think it's 5 levels of exhaustion, you just die.
It's 5 or 6.
Yeah. 1 level, I think, is just you have disadvantage on all of your saves that you make and any ability checks, I think.
Yeah, I know it's ability checks. I don't know about saves.
Might just be ability checks.
That.
So this is kind of like a Fireball, but it does 4d10
it's
radiant damage.
It's like a magnifying glass in the sun. It's like Cancer Beam.
Yeah, it's like you're
it just melts you.
It's like if you got hit by a sun wave while you had a hangover or something.
Under a giant comical microscope, magnifying glass. Zeroed in it. Yeah, I think I'll choose that.
It also takes away things invisibility, so that's not bad.
Yeah.
How many rounds does it last?
It lasts for up to 10 minutes.
Oh wow, that's really long.
So if you put that right on top of somebody that couldn't move, you would just radiate them to death.
Yeah, that'd be insane. If they somehow survive 4d10 every turn, they would die from the exhaustion.
Just lock them in the room with it and.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's
I
cool.
like it.
I like it.
Better than the ice storm.
So it's basically you just got a lump of uranium and you're just
Yeah, it literally is like radiation that's just constantly cooking them. I like it.
You'll be Bruce Banner. Just stand in it a little longer. It's a little longer. I don't feel so good. Just a little longer.
All right, let's get you your feet. You are now lucky, which for everyone that doesn't know,
you gotta be lucky if you're playing with like sunbeams, man.
Radiation and fireballs.
Yeah, you don't want to catch something.
So lucky gives you 3 luck points, and then whenever you make a roll, you can spend one of those points to essentially get advantage on the roll, and then you can pick which one you use. Very good. And then you get all 3 of your luck points back at the beginning of, or at the end of each long rest. So pretty much every day you get an additional 3 advantages that you get to use whenever you want. Pretty good.
Sweet.
And isn't it can you use it like after you've
Yeah.
seen like the result of
As
Yes.
long as the outcome isn't determined.
Yeah, so if you roll and
I
you
can
see that you got a 10, you can re-roll it. But if I tell you that your 10 misses, then you can't. So
you died. Like, no, I want to look.
yeah, I will just I'll make sure that I pay attention to it. And if you roll and miss, you can say like, oh, I want to get advantage on that. I won't hurry up and tell you the result and screw you over.
Yeah, it's like a race against time.
like, oh, no, you missed.
Like, oh, you didn't say Uno.
Yeah. Cool. So that's I think that covers everybody, correct?
I think so.
So as soon as the Hydra got evaporated and disintegrated by the fireball, you all slowly, the mist kind of envelops all of you, and you kind of go back into your void dream state, and you wake back up where you left off in the dream chamber of the Pharaoh.
Is my doll gone?
And you wake up, and the doll that was in your hand when you fell asleep, you wake up and it is back, and it has no heads.
Just a headless doll.
Yep.
Is it like, are they burnt off, or is it just like there was never heads?
It looks like it's just they're totally gone. Like the top of it's just completely sewn over.
Wow, it's like it never happened.
And you all wake up, and you stand up in the chamber, and you hear the intercom voice again, and it says, "Wow, I can't believe that's what happened to the village. You never would have guessed that was the curse the whole time. A giant Hydra. That's crazy. Welcome back, guys. Hope you feel rested up after your little journey there. And as you stand up, you all kind of feel a little rested. And if you wouldn't have leveled up, you would be fully rested right now. Who had the pillow? Thwack?
Yes.
Roll 1 equivalent of whatever your hit die size is, please.
Oh dear. This could be good or bad.
I'm thinking yours is good, mine's probably.
Okay, so you get 8 temporary HP.
Sweet.
You feel extremely well rested. You wake up and you didn't want to get off the pillow. You're like, man, I know we're in the middle of a dungeon right now, but that was nice little sleep. You like
every morning for me.
Yeah, oh yeah, I feel it. But not in the like, oh, I don't want to get out of bed way. It's like man, I actually feel well rested. And
yeah, mine's not usually like
yeah, me too. So you all get up and you hear the intercom voice fade, and then the door, the sliding column door at the end of the big dream chamber slides open, and the intercom dings and says, this phase of your trial has been completed. Please proceed to the next floor.
Flack looks down at his doll, and he's like, man, I'm kind of sad. That Hydra, all it ever wanted to do was exist. It waited thousands of years, and the moment it existed, we murdered it within seconds.
The doll with its no heads makes no expressions.
That's all I have to remember it by.
Thwack,
Someone must carry its name on.
Thwack goes over. He's like, Can I see that doll for a second? I have an idea.
No, what are you gonna do with it?
I'm gonna give it a new head.
What do you have in mind? Is this some sort of sick joke?
No, of course not. You'll see.
I have this dead head I've been hanging from my belt.
You know, that's a really messed up, dude. Like, you wouldn't want that. Realistically, you wouldn't even carry that around. That smells, dude. That's disgusting.
No, no, you'll like this. It's great.
It's my good luck charm.
Like a shrunken head.
Yep.
He wasn't properly shrunken. There's still juices. There's flies, man. There's flies. All right, fine. Don't hurt it, or I
Right.
swear, I'll turn you into a sheep.
So I take the I take the doll and I open up my priest pack
Okay.
and I take out the censer, which I assume is just like a sphere for the incense, and I also have a disguise kit, so I like sew the censer onto the doll, and then I'm assuming the disguise kit probably also has like scraps of fabric, so I kind of like make little ears
Buttons
and
and
like a
patches
little
and stuff,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So you make it like
And
a
then
little
I hand it
Raggedy
back.
Ann head.
Yeah.
Nice. You get your doll back, and it has a very quickly makeshift, kind of terrifying little head on it.
Well, you're no longer a girl doll, so I won't call you Hydra. I'll call you Hydro.
I'll be like, look, this is pretty cool, and I put some incense in there and start burning it, and it's like coming out its ears.
What are you doing?
The doll is magically protected, and somehow it just constantly has smoke coming out of its ears now, and it smells good.
See, now this smells good. That head, that is a problem that we're gonna need to talk about real soon.
And Brack just has like a shrunken head that's like leaking pus onto his leg.
I'll be like, I'll just need to borrow it if we need to like do any like ritual rites or anything, and just swing it around for the incense. But otherwise, it's all good.
Nice. That is teamwork.
The moment you don't need it for a ritual, just don't hesitate to tell me, and I will punt that thing as far as I can kick it with my little goblin legs.
All right, so the door at the end of the hallway has opened.
Are you guys ready, or are we gonna go to sleep again?
Yeah.
We should probably get out of here before we go to sleep again, or else we'll have to. Who knows what we'll have to
That was a
fight.
joke. Of course we're not sleeping yet. Why are you even questioning this? Let's go, guys. Let's go.
I don't know, man. My pillow's really comfortable. You have no
Right.
I
idea.
think that pillow might be cursed. Maybe we should take that away from you.
No. It's fine.
All right, if it gets in the way of our plans again, I'm gonna.
He didn't
Look at
get
it.
in the way of any plans. It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine, but I might use it tomorrow night to make sure it's not cursed or something.
Just gotta check.
I have to check. I have to know.
All right, so you guys proceed out the dream chamber door, and you find yourself back in a relatively normal-ish looking hallway. Sandstone carvings on the walls, pretty standard what you've seen so far. And as you enter into this hallway that appears to loop back around towards the elevator room that you all came in on, you come around the corner and you see it opens up into just kind of a wider hallway. Like if you were in a museum, which you are, this would be kind of like a transition hallway from one giant room into the next. And this hallway opens up a little bit, and there's just like a little side exhibit. Like this isn't a big main exhibition room. There's like one installation in this hallway that you can see. Like people kind of stop and check it out on the way. Obviously, there's not a whole lot of people in this dungeon that are admiring the exhibits, but as you pass by in this hallway, you see to the left, as you walk by, there's a little alcove with a mummy standing there, and you see this mummified looking person standing up back against the wall, and you see its arms are outstretched on either side, and it's like almost like in a crucified position, but its arms are chained to the wall and its ankles are chained to the wall, and it's wearing this large, like pharaoh's headdress type thing, this big ornate golden metal headdress that kind of adorns it, and the rest of it's mummified, and you can see that it's very neatly and nicely wrapped up like a properly done mummy, but the headdress looks like brand new, nice gold, glowing with these gems, and it's chained up against the wall, and it appears to be slightly moving, like you can see slight rhythmic moving, like almost like it's breathing, but it's just kind of nodding up and down a little bit. It's not frozen still. And you can see a plaque on the wall that says, "The Pharaoh of the Infinite Mind." And the intercom dings as you go past, and it says, "Please take a moment to admire one of our exhibits on your way to the next floor of the museum. The Pharaoh of the Infinite Mind lived thousands of years ago and was the original builder and inhabitant of this very building."
Yeah, nah, nope, we're good.
Flack immediately looks for the pile of 64 bones where every other person died.
Make a investigation check.
Okay. I have a -1. Let's go.
Nice.
This will end wonderfully.
So 3.
3.
I like that. It looks pretty clean. You don't see any bones.
I thought this is the room where everyone died, but I guess not. I don't see any bones, so I guess it's safe.
Maybe they were eaten.
Just because there's no bones doesn't mean it's safe. It's obviously a mummy. It's obviously going to try to kill us. Let's just move on and just go on with our lives.
So
The
we'll just put her back.
The intercom sounds again and says, "The Pharaoh was known for his peacemaking abilities in uniting all of the kingdoms under his rule. He was easily the most respected pharaoh of his age." And then the intercom says, "We assure you this exhibit is perfectly safe."
Fascinating. Let's move on and not touch it. Not touch anything. Keep your hands to yourself. Very, very informative and historical and lovely, and we're going on now.
Flack just keeps holds out the scale in front of him. He's like, just keep looking at the scale. Just keep looking at the scale. He's walking forward, not looking at the mummy.
You held up the scale?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, God.
When you do, the plaque on the wall that says "The Pharaoh of the Infinite Mind," a little bit of extra hieroglyph carvings kind of reveal themselves underneath it, and you can't really make out what they say, but it kind of extends into a full write-up that you assume is more descriptive about what this pharaoh was. And the glowing headdress that he was wearing is kind of illuminating, and the eyes of the mummy begin to glow, and they're under the wrappings of the dressing that they did on the mummy, but you can see the eyes of the mummy are glowing this emerald green.
Put the scale down. Put the scale down.
I think it's too late.
Oh, God. I knew this was gonna.
Nothing appears to be going crazy outside of the now glowing eye mummy when you raise the scales.
All right, cool. Moving on then. Let's.
Can anyone read those hieroglyphics, or is that just way too hard for us to read?
You can all make a history check.
Sure.
Got a -1.
Flak is made for burning stuff and burning stuff only. 9, a 7, 19. Very nice. Brack, you actually make it out as close-ish to a modern kind of language that you've seen before from some desert tribes that you think maybe they based their modern language on one of the ancient parent languages that was kind of related to these symbols. And some of the symbols seem similar to you. You see that maybe they're describing some of the pharaoh's deeds and some of the descriptions about the age that he ruled in and specifics about his life, but you can't really get anything of substance, and you don't really learn anything specific about the character at all.
I tell my compadres what I know.
Cool.
Well, I wonder why that appeared, and like, why did they need to hide that? That wasn't a secret.
Thwack, are you trying to hightail out of here?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm with him.
Okay.
I don't see any need to mess with this thing.
So you guys are like making your way down to the end of the hallway. Flack, you make a glimpse to try to read the symbols. The mummy still is just, it's not really moving at all. It's the same kind of rhythmic, like maybe it looks like it's breathing or just kind of vibrating a little bit, but the eyes are now glowing green underneath the wrappings.
It's not blinking. I
No.
don't like this. This is not the place I want to be anymore. Guys, wait up.
Okay. So you follow right behind your amigos there. You come to the end of the hallway and there's an open where the sliding column door where you first entered to this floor from the elevator chamber, the column door that you all wanted to pick open or try to break through somehow, but you were unable to do so. It is now open and you enter the elevator room from the opposite side, where you now see both doors close on either side of you as you enter back into the chamber.
Now, how the hell are we gonna sleep with that thing like walking around here? We've awoken some sort of ancient evil.
I believe you woke it up.
Yeah, who's this we?
I mean, we entered the cave. Now this thing's awake. Let's just say that.
That's fair. All right, let me pull up the next thing here. The intercom goes off. And
I begin to hate that woman's voice.
it's so soothing, though. Not really, probably. So the statue actually opens its mouth again, and you recognize this the last time you entered the chamber. The statue mouth kind of creaks open, but then you just hear the intercom go off, and it says, "This floor, for most, was too hard a test, but you three will have to face the rest. Fear not the foes that lay ahead. I'll take not blood, but eyes instead." And the mouth closes. The basin that the statue is holding lay in front of you. The pool of blood that you had emptied into it earlier to make the elevator rise is now empty.
We're gonna have to go back to the mummy, aren't we?
We're gonna need the mummy's eyes. Or we give the mummy our eyes.
Hey, this goblin head I got a key looking eyes out there now. Or not goblin. I forget what it was, what kind of head it was. Yeah.
Do you actually have a shrunken head?
Yeah, look at my character sheet. I wrote it down one night. No, it wasn't shrunken. It's
You have a real head? Where did you get that?
one of our first battles. I took the head and.
I don't even remember that. That's awesome.
Yeah, I
Goblin
wrote it down.
resourcefulness.
I got a dead head from Belt.
Was it in White Plume Mountain?
I think yeah.
Like
it had to
way
be. That's
back
the only
then?
one- That's the only one I
Oh,
played.
gross.
That is awesome. That thing's probably so gross. Oh man, dead head from. I wonder what creature you took that off of. I can't remember. It's been so long.
I don't remember.
If it was in White Plume Mountain, it's something gross. Like there was just like golems and oni and all sorts of gross stuff in there. Nice. Yeah, okay, you do have a severed head on your belt. Nice.
I'll be very careful when taking the eyes out because
They'll probably just
that
go
thing is
squish.
The whole
pretty
thing just might
frank.
fall apart. It's happened to me several times.
This head is like definitely disgusting and rotting, and like you guys have been extremely upset that you're traveling with this thing.
I've been vocal about it.
Every couple minutes on the road, you guys are just like, "What are you doing? Like, get rid of that thing." And for some reason, Brack is like, I'm keeping it."
You
It's
never
my
know when it'll
trophy.
come in handy.
Yeah.
You never know when you need
Now
a
he's
severed head.
proven right.
Or some
think-
eyeballs.
I think between you and me, I think Brax lost his sense of smell.
I don't think you ever had one to begin with.
Oh, that would make even more sense.
Very possible.
Traveling with you, I had to have something.
Are you trying to say that the head smells better than we do?
You?
I mean, that's probably true. But
Yeah. Severed head or a bunch of goblins. It's a tough call.
a war riding goblin.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like,
the war-
Brutus
the war-
bathed 2 months ago. That's super recent.
The warg's probably been looking at the head going, man, I want.
Right.
Oh. Okay, what are we doing, guys?
Yeah, give the head's eyes. Go for it.
Okay.
The mummy's head?
No, his severed head.
But whose eyes are we giving to the severed head?
The head on my belt.
They're saying that they want to take the eyes out of the severed head and put
Do you
them
want to
in the
use-
basin.
Oh, you put it in the basin? Why did you put it in the mummy?
Mummy already has eyes.
No, he's got little glowing hole balls that you got to fill up. So he's like, oh, fill up this. See, it's green. See, if it was red, that'd mean he's evil and he's going to attack us. It's green, it means, oh, you need to charge the eyeballs.
I plop these eyeballs in the basin to see what happens.
I'm a
Okay,
sorcerer.
so
I know these things.
Once you guys came into this elevator chamber again, the door closed behind you. So
Oh.
as you walk up to the basin, when the statue speaks and it says its little poem riddle thing, you look, and where the iron dagger was before, where you had to spill your own blood into the basin, the iron dagger is gone and it's been replaced by this skewer
It's like a-
instrument.
Oh, I was gonna say, is it like a melon baller?
That's what I was going to think.
Not far off. It's kind of just like a pointy skewer, and so you use it on the severed head.
Sure.
Okay. You pop out one of the eyeballs and stick it in the basin, and the eyeball is like rotted and kind of like flattened, and it's not like a nice, round eyeball, and it just kind of flops
Still
into the
counts.
bottom, but it kind of like almost looks like a magnet, and it like is attracted and like perfectly rolls into the center of the basin, and then it begins rolling around the bottom of the bowl in a perfect like circle ring around the bottom. And that's all that you think, or all that you can see happens for now.
Got the plot. I can plot both of them, right?
Sure. You want to do the second one?
Sure.
Okay. Same thing happens.
Needs two.
And it looks like this is like obviously immersion breaking, but if you go to a mall and they have those big funnel things that you can put a coin into, and they like spin around the big funnel.
Yeah.
It
I
looks
love
like
those things.
it looks like that is happening with these two eyeballs right now. They're just like constantly spinning around the basin. They look like they're like getting towards the center, but they just never leave the big ring that they're going in around the middle of the basin.
I watch it mesmerize.
The intercom sounds again, and it just repeats what it said before. This floor, for most, was too hard to test, but you three will have to face the rest. Fear not the foes that lie ahead. I'll take not blood, but eyes instead. And the two eyes
Okay.
continue spinning around the basin.
Alright, so take them then. They're
Take
right
the
there.
eyes out of the basin and put them in the mummy.
Well, we can't go back to the mummy. It's blocked off now.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
Shoot.
there's 3 of us. Maybe it needs 3 eyes. So there's we still have the Black Razor's body, right?
Oh,
I
that's
think
right.
I think it's in your bag of
It's-
holding
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like in the bag of holding or tied to
somewhere.
Bruce or
Yeah, you
something
have
like
it
that.
somewhere.
So I was like, he's not gonna miss this, right?
So yeah,
It's obviously a dead
Grak's
body.
dead body. His,
And when
his-
Black Razor comes back, he'll probably just think it's pretty cool having 1 eye, right?
Oh dear.
All right.
So you pull the corpse out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll give it 1 Grak's eyes.
All right. It begins spinning, and the same thing happens, and it starts spinning around in a big track around the basin, and the 3 eyes kind of coalesce, and they start spinning on the same little ring, and they're all 3 in like the same little train spinning around in the basin, and eventually they get spinning so fast that you can't really see it anymore, and just looks like a white blur around the basin, and then it slowly goes into the middle and melts, and you see this white liquid fill up the basin, and the elevator begins to move upwards.
Oh.
Nothing like a basin full of melted eyeballs. Let me make sure this is the right floor. Okay. You reach the 3rd floor of the pyramid.
Just like Mama used to make.
Yes. All right.
Also, I'm still seeing the Dreamland on.
Oh,
My
I never moved you guys back. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So I'll show you here. Let me go back to this page before. So where you saw the mummy at was like in this little alcove area. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you
I
left
could see it on the.
you
on
left the
screen.
big dreaming chamber, and you went up this hallway. The pharaoh was like right in the side of this right here. And then you go
Okay.
back into the elevator chamber. The doors seal on either side. Give it the eyeballs and proceed to the next floor.
Okay.
So
So,
we've been going up the whole time, like
yep, up towards the peak of the
the peak of
pyramid.
yeah.
When you went in, you killed the mimic and went underneath it and down all the way to the basement. And then from there, you've been going up through the center shaft of the elevator.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me go back to the previous page and copy all of your characters over here. 1 second.
Is there like a lovely little elevator music jingle like for
Um,
or-
Yeah, I think there is. What does it sound like?
Oh man.
Four.
Um,
4-3 lingerie.
Nice.
Probably playing "Can't Keep My Eyes Off of You."
That's pretty good. Giant flack.
I was like, quick, think of a song that has eyes in it.
Yeah.
That was a good one. Yeah, and as the elevator like reaches the next floor, it dings, and then like the elevator music goes back to like the like crappy instrumental jazz. Okay, you reach the 3rd floor, and as you get to the elevator chamber, when you're standing in these rooms, you can see like the ring on the ceiling where you can tell that the elevator is gonna like go up into the next chamber. You get to the 3rd floor, and you see the ceiling above you is like hard stone with no cutout or anything. Like this appears to be the top floor. Like this is where the elevator gets off. And in front of you, you see the door column slide up, and you see a big hallway, and you see an empty room that looks to be about, I don't know, 20, 30 feet ahead of you, and you can see Anne standing in the middle of the room, just kind of like arms at her side, just waiting for you guys to arrive. And the door opens, and all these lights begin flashing like game show lights on the side of the walls, but they're hieroglyphics, and they're just like illuminating with these like magical enchantments, and all of the hieroglyphics are moving pictures, and there's like people jumping and cheering and dancing, and the lights are going on and off, and the elevator arrives at the top floor.
At the risk of giving the DM like a last minute idea,
Don't
I'm
say it.
I'm gonna kick myself if it's gonna be like, it's a quiz show. You have to be able to read these hieroglyphics. What, you didn't get the mummy's headdress from the last floor that lets you translate them?
That's a good
Oh,
idea.
it's gonna really suck for you then.
Yeah, put on the headdress and look through.
Yeah, it sucks that you guys
Big
didn't get
photo.
that item. That's exactly what it does. Totally thought of that.
No, actually, we were supposed to bring up the mummy to come up with us, and he was going to answer all the questions
gonna
for
give
us.
all
He
the
was going to be
questions.
our ringer. We're going to bring in a ringer.
He's like the trivia expert.
You got to befriend him. He's the pharaoh.
He's like, well, because this actually happened to me, I know that
Final answer,
this
Regis.
happened in the 12th dynasty.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys get like all this like insanely hard Egyptian
history
trivia.
question, yeah.
That would be awesome. I would be
It's
really
like,
mean.
I was there, so I would know.
Hey, you're giving me some good ideas for the next time I run this adventure.
I don't know why he has that voice, but it's great.
He does now. That's canon. All right, so you get to the top floor, and the hieroglyphics are dancing and illuminating, and the jazz music from the elevator is picking up, and it's kind of like really eclectic free jazz now.
All right. Hey, how's it hanging?
She's like 30 feet away, and she just yells down the hallway like, what? Hello, you guys, come on. What are you doing?
I'm walking towards it.
Okay.
It's
Definitely not booby trapped.
Me too.
Yeah, so as soon as you all enter the narrow part of the hallway starts to close in on you, Star Wars style, and you all die.
Oh,
Just kidding.
In the trash. Just like how it happened to Star Wars.
Yeah.
We all die.
You get to the big empty room, and you see all of the lights and hieroglyphs on the wall, and they're like, jumping and screaming. It looks like it's like a crowd of people at a game show on the wall, painted, and they're all just like cheering for you. And you see the music kind of like going with the lights, and it's getting more and more intense as you walk into this room, and like everything erupts into cheers and claps and extreme music. And Anne animates as well and kind of claps for you guys, like a little bit of a slow clap that eventually gets faster, and then she's like, welcome to the prize room, you win, like you have conquered the Pyramid of the Infinite Mind. And then she goes into this speech, and she says, oh wait, hang on, something's changed, let me this is where your reward would be, but we already had somebody else did all this first and kind of won, so we only had one prize, the crown.
So you just
the crown
trap
of rust.
people here to kill them afterwards? It's like, there's nothing to win, but if you don't lose, then maybe you live. Is that it?
The crown of rust was our great artifact of power. It kind of held all of the
You don't even got like any
necromantic
finger
magic.
traps or anything, like bouncy balls?
Oh yeah, we do have some prize tickets. No, we're all out of those too.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the last guy
Let
kind
me
of
speak to your manager.
took the big thing, and then as soon as you say that, Flack, let me speak to your managers, and like goes silent. The crowd on the wall stops, the lights dim and just turn into regular like fluorescent lights, and it's just a normal room. And Anne kind of scratches her head, and she like slowly walks over to you guys and gets you to huddle around, and she says, I'm sorry we gave the prize away already. I wasn't supposed to say this, but this isn't really the final floor of this place. anyone that gets here now, like we already gave away the prize, and my bosses, the people that run this place, they're really not happy that we don't have, our main exhibit anymore, our artifact of power. That was kind of the main attraction. We've had some other cool magic items that you've seen so far in this place, some cool exhibits and displays. That was kind of our main thing. And when we had to give that away to the last winner, my bosses said, nobody else can win anymore. So we can't give you anything, but you also can't really leave. I'm not allowed to let you leave. Unfortunately, I'm kind of stuck here too, going through the motions forever, and I don't really like that. So how about we make a deal, guys? And she turns to all of you and kind of assesses how you're all taking the news and says,
Disappointment.
I happen to know where the rest of your group is located currently. I have a little bit of divination powers that have been granted to me from the resonant magics of this place for, working here for countless centuries. I can help you locate your friends and get to where you're going if you can help me get out of here too. But you're going to have to, stop my bosses. They don't want you guys to leave because they don't like losing and they don't want to lose anymore. And they don't want me to leave because I'm free labor. You scratch my back, I'll
Scratch mine.
scry your friends and help you find them. And she looks at that shrunken head that's on your bone. She says, I would never scratch your back.
Oh, I'll wash the head.
Do we have friends?
So you were not here for the White Plume Mountain adventure, but the Goblin Squad is like the B team of the Elder Council. Like, you guys were sent out to find the other, like, powerful items to help stop the Lich and bring them back to the council. But you don't.
Yeah, but are those guys really our friends, though? I mean, they're not goblins, right?
That's a good point. When you say that, she says, well, I guess I could, help you out in another way. Like, if you help me get out of here and stop my bosses, I could just, help you do whatever you want. I guess if you have other goals, I can help you find them. I have pretty good magic. I could just join the team. Either way, my bosses are not going to let you guys leave. I figured I'd at least maybe try to give you a good deal. Just feel bad because you didn't get the prize.
Yeah, let's go kick middle management's ass.
What was the prize?
The original prize was
Crown of
the
Rust.
Crown of Rust. It was the legendary necromancy artifact.
Okay.
Now being worn by the Lich.
Okay.
So Anne says, my bosses are definitely upper management. They're not going to be happy about this. I wasn't supposed to tell you there was another floor. If you technically won, I was just supposed to leave you to the pyramid to wander forever until you die. But if you step on the square where the prize was at, it'll teleport you into my boss's office. And you can have a talk with them. Maybe you can convince them to let us all go. I don't know how that will go. I'm going to go hide back in the gift shop. And if you guys get lucky enough, maybe I'll see you after. And poofs away.
Oh,
The intercom comes back on. She's like, what?
what does this rock I do have back?
I was just thinking about that. That was for the teleporting rock trap thing.
Yeah.
We were just dumb and just blustered our way through it.
Okay.
No, it was the dud item. Like I said, one of them's a dud item for sure.
The teleporting sphere would have helped you stop the teleporting boulder a little bit better, but you guys handled that pretty well.
Okay. Well, crap.
So I was thinking through this, and I was like, "Oh yeah, we never." Oh crap!
Yeah, I'm saying that now.
Because what else do we have? We had the doll, the pillow, the scales, which were for the mummy that we ignored.
Yeah.
Yep.
And was that it, or was there another one? I always feel like there was another one. And
I think that's all you guys got. I think everyone bought one, and Flack bought two.
Right.
Yes, I bought two. I totally didn't use everyone else's HP.
Oh, that's
Right.
what it was. You guys chipped in.
I did use extra of my HP though. to
Oh, I
seal the
forgot we
deal.
lost. Did we lose permanent hit points, or what was that?
Yes.
Okay. I couldn't remember. Hey, Ann, I want my hit points back.
The intercom falls silent.
Of course.
You hear someone drop the mic.
She didn't hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The slow jazz picks back up.
I guess we're going to be stepping on the center screen. Let's get.
Yeah, let's.
What is this type of music? I've never heard of before.
I have an idea first, though, before we do this.
Are any of us charismatic?
What happens?
Actually,
if
I am.
That's true.
I've been waiting to use my charisma stat.
What happens if I take a short rest? Do I get a spell back?
As a cleric,
Is that I don't know. So or not.
I don't think you do,
No.
unless it says you do. Only warlocks get their spell slots back on short rest.
Yeah.
Okay. Dang it. Okay.
You guys should be fully rested though after after the Hydra battle. You woke up. I didn't mention this. You're fully rested.
You did, but I was going to cast a spell and take a short rest and get the spell back.
Okay.
Because the spell lasts 8 hours.
Oh, okay. Tricky.
But since I can't do that, doesn't matter.
You can cast it anyways. You just can't get a rest after.
Right. Which I'm probably going to. Let me find it before we enter that square.
Okay.
Let me find it.
Is that the guardian thing?
I can't.
Guardian spirit or something like that.
No, its duration's 10 minutes. I could do that one too, actually. Let me find the one real quick. Which one it was? Dang it.
Is it the thing where it's like it does like
There we
a
go.
certain amount of damage, like 10 damage or something, if anything enters that area or something like that?
No, it's a Guardian of Faith, not Spirit Guardians. And what this one does is large spectral guardian for the duration in an unoccupied space of your choice.
Okay.
That you can see within range. The guardian occupies that space and is indistinct except for the gleam. It ain't gonna work. I don't think it moves with me.
Yeah, Guardian of Faith does not move.
Forget it then.
Kind of like a protect you while you're sleeping kind of thing.
Yeah, they are good for that.
Well, no, it's not because it is for that one. 8 hours. Okay. Which one?
Anything else you guys want to do? The door back to the elevator chamber is open as well.
Okay. I can do this. Okay, I can cast this one on you guys.
I mean, we could go back and poke the mummy, presumably, and try to see what that's all about.
Didn't the door close though? I don't know if we can open those sand doors.
Well, I don't know if all the doors might have opened once we're up here now.
Also, did we make that deal, or is she like, are we gonna get the location of our friends, or did we just like?
I don't think we did.
Hey, Ann, are you gonna take us to our friends?
We need to know where they are because they're the only ones that can help us kill the lich. If we don't help them kill the lich, then there's no one to sell all this gold to. Like we have nothing. All this gold and all these treasures are worthless.
That is so true. The intercom comes back on and says, Oh wow, you guys are trying to kill that guy. Yeah, if you get us all out of here and stop my bosses from keeping me here forever, I'll
Is
totally
that
help
your
you.
boss?
I'll totally help you find your friends because that guy was the last person to make it to the end, and he was a dick.
Thought he
Guys,
was the pharaoh.
No,
What's
guys, I
everybody's
know
hit?
how we're gonna convince upper management. I've got an idea.
We work our way up through lower management until we become upper management.
What's everybody's
take
max
many
hit
years.
points?
what's everybody's
Okay,
max hit points? Brax
Yeah.
is
53.
66.
So 53. Okay, I'll just cast it on myself then. You guys ain't that bad.
what would you like to cast?
Uh,
It's like false life or something.
no, death ward on myself.
Okay.
Instant kill.
What does it do? Will you link it in the chat?
Yeah. Just let me switch.
If you die, you just don't.
No, let me. Trying to
If you
link it.
die, you just instead get a full health heal.
Let's see if it appears in chat. There we go.
You touch a creature and grant it a measure of protection from death. The first time it would drop to 0. Instead, it drops to 1, and the spell ends. If the spell is still in effect when the target is subjected to an effect that would kill it instantaneously, that effect is negated instead. Cool. Yeah. So
Nice.
if you would die, you just go to 1 instead.
Yeah.
Lasts for 8 hours. Okay, you have a death ward.
Okay, guys, I'm ready.
So Anne said she would, join us if we want. So I'm thinking we get her to join us, and then she helps us find our friends.
I got 8 hours. Convince her real quick.
The intercom sounds, and Anne says, "I've already done too much. I can't help you anymore. But if you convince my bosses to let me go free, then I'll be able to help you."
Oh no, we totally can do that. So here's the deal, right? Here's how we're gonna convince the bosses. They are pissed that they don't have an artifact here, right? So we're going to go kill the Lich anyway. We offer to bring back the crown when the Lich dies.
That's true. We don't want it afterwards anyway, and it'll be bad in the wrong hands. And I doubt anyone else can survive this horror show.
Exactly. And we
It's a pretty
need
good
Anne's
idea.
help. We need Anne's help to kill the Lich, so that's why she needs to come with us.
Sounds reasonable enough. Let's see if they agree.
All right.
That does seem like an interesting proposition.
But I think you should tell them because you're a charmer.
I am charming. They do say I have a singer's voice.
That was the first thing I thought when I heard your voice too. Yeah.
Yeah, see, I mean, everyone says that.
It's so beautiful.
It's like that Barry Manilow fellow.
Yeah,
I don't know who you're talking about.
just like that.
He's this guy I heard sing at a tavern one time. He was pretty good.
He sounds like a dream. So I gotta go talk to Miss Anne. Anne.
The intercom beeps again. What?
Hey, so we're gonna go try and kill that Lich dude, the guy who stole your only reward, and we just want him to stop existing and stop killing this universe. And we literally have no purpose for his crown. We just want to be able to sell all this cool stuff that we got and all this gold, and actually have a free market into which to spend gold and gain goods. So we can just give you this crown back if you just help us out of here. And we just we'll help you
He's not the
out.
one we have to convince.
The intercom sounds. It's like a pause for like a pretty long period of time, and then it says, "I literally don't care. if you want to do all that, that's cool. Seems a little difficult. I'll help you out, but like I said, you got to get me out of here first. But that sounds like a cool plan.
Where's your boss?
Just step on the
They're in the secret top floor.
So what is your charisma?
The 16.
Oh,
Is that what
is
yours
more
is?
charismatic, actually.
What's mine? Oh, mine's 10. Oops.
Mine's 17.
I figured the paladin would have the highest.
I mean, sorcerer or paladin might.
Oh yeah, I forgot sorcerer is also charisma.
But I mean, we have the same modifier, so it's kind of
Yeah, it's the same.
the way. Oh, but I did. I am proficient in persuasion, so.
Ooh.
Actually, I have like a 6 in persuasion.
Nice.
Yeah, same here. So either way.
You guys
Yeah.
combined could talk your way
We
out of
could-
a
yeah,
wet
we
paper
could try.
bag.
I'll use the help action on
We
him.
can
Yeah, really.
Nice.
Give advantage.
And then the cleric casts guidance, and you guys put all of your energy into one persuasion roll.
Oh, bad.
The words that came out of his mouth that night were so crazy.
Honey
They were so convincing.
Unfortunately,
you
you
have
were
guidance?
talking to a black dragon.
Unfortunately, you're facing the wall.
So what would you guys like to do? It seems like you have a plan.
Yeah. Do you have guidance on?
Yes, I do.
Oh, nice. I
Right.
didn't even know if you
Sweet.
did. Guidance is great, though.
So
Guidance
once
is awesome.
we enter a conversation, I will cast guidance.
Nice.
And it lasts up to a minute.
So
Yep.
that's what the D4.
Adds a D4 to the next check, yeah.
Nice. So good.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah. Let's give it a try.
All right.
We're prepared.
I like it. You guys
As prepared as this gonna
you
be.
came up with a plan for the unknown. I'm a fan. So you guys venture forth onto the teleporting square.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Oh.
Who goes first?
Let's all hold hands and jump. Can we all get under at the same time?
Sure.
Yeah.
only
I didn't
only if you're holding hands.
I have a bad feeling that I have a bad feeling that we all three of us end up different places. That's why I'm saying this.
Oh man, that's a good idea.
Oh God. We jump on the platform.
Let's go.
All right. I wonder if I can copy all three of you guys at one time. Hang on.
Yeah, you can. Just highlight
You
us.
jump on the platform and
We.
you go to the top floor. Hey, nice. It did work. You appear in the top room of the pyramid, and you can see like the golden ceiling that looks like, the big golden pointy cap on the top of pyramids.
Mhm.
And you're just in a small room. There's no entrance on the floor, like where you could get in here from like the elevator or anything like that. It's a totally self-contained little room. But there's like screens on the walls, and there's those hieroglyphics all over the place. And you see when you enter, there's these three just like curled up and bent over old looking women that are all decrepit and wearing these black robes, and their hair is like falling out and it's all disheveled, and they're like looking at each of the walls, and they're like touching the magic glyphs on the wall, and they're looking at these screens, and they all have these staves that they're like tapping things on the wall with, and they're pulling levers, and you can see that they're like controlling all of the things that were happening in the pyramid and all the doors and the elevator and all that. And as soon as you enter the room, they all turn around, and you can see that these three like night hags are looking at you, and they all have like hollow faces, and each one of them has one of the eyeballs that you placed into the basin. And that's where we will leave it off for this week. Nice. You guys made it to the top.
Looking good, ladies.
Yeah.
Looking good.
I have so many questions about why you would want to run a pyramid that's intended for nobody to actually win because the one reward actually takes over the world and you had no
It's
replacement.
a literal
Well, it's a pyramid scheme,
yeah.
obviously.
It is. It is. I mean, but I mean, like the real loser of all this is just you guys because you're stuck in here like your entire life. Well, everyone just takes your free loot and leaves.
What he means is you look lovely,
I was
lady.
gonna say I'm really excited for you guys to try to persuade them. It's going well so
I have a
far.
charisma of 16.
I said all of that stuff really nicely.
I got that kind of rustic charm.
Nice. So we'll kick it off here next week with the beginning of the conversation, and you guys can attempt your plan. We'll see how that goes. I'm excited. Before we go, I wanted to talk to you guys about some stuff. I'm getting some ideas since we are getting close to the end of the campaign. Not, super close, but this is probably, one more session in this adventure, and then we'll be back to the main storyline. And then there's, pretty much one and a half adventures left in that, and then we'll be wrapping it up. So you guys are trucking along. It's been going great. I've been really enjoying the whole Pyramid Goblin Squad adventure. It's been a lot of fun. I'm looking forward and looking ahead at the end of the campaign, and I got a really interesting idea that is going to take me some time to flesh it out and figure it out, but I wanted to run it by you guys. Once the campaign ends, assuming everyone survives and you guys complete it, everything will be 10th level, and I won't spoil anything, but I want to do another campaign in the future starting at 10th level. You'll be allowed to, play your same characters or make new ones or whatever, but I would like to take a break from streaming the campaign every Wednesday and then move into like a West Marches style of running a game where we do, online chat through whatever Discord or a stream where we get together once a week, and you guys can just pick what you would like to do in the downtime that happens after the campaign. So if you decide to stick with your same character, maybe you can, go off and your character has a little solo mission and then comes back and starts the next campaign with new cool stuff or a new story or whatever. Also, this is me officially saying, like, I would like to run another campaign after this, and if interested, all three of you are the first invites to that. If you're if you would like, obviously, if once we wrap this up, if you're like, all right, it's too much of a commitment, that's totally fine. You can let me know off stream or whatever if you don't want to continue. But if you guys are interested, I'd like to do another one, maybe starting a month or two after this one wraps up. But in that downtime, I would like to do, like a off-screen solo adventure for each of your characters to give you guys some cool downtime and stuff to do for your character development and whatnot. But just starting to get the cogs of ideas running in my head for what to do after the campaign wraps up. So if you guys have any ideas, let me know. I'm just starting to think about it. But thanks for playing today, guys. Any thoughts, questions, complaints? What are you guys thinking?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Well,
Okay.
all I know is that I'll eternally always wonder what the hell that mummy was for. You totally just passed like a big chunk of of the whole map and just like, oh, we'll just not interact with it. And we just thought, oh, it's gonna come alive and it's gonna chase us or something. No, the door just closes and we're on the next place. And now I'm just always gonna wonder.
Yep.
Well, yeah, but never expected for us to have 3 extra eyeballs laying around.
You guys, you made it work without it. I don't know. It was cool. I won't spoil it and tell you what it was for, but it is funny.
No,
That's
you
one of my
shouldn't, but
favorite
I'll
things
always
about
wonder.
D&D is like you guys have no idea how many things in this campaign could have gone differently, just based on little choices like that. And it's cool how it ends up like things could have gone
idea.
totally
I
different.
have that idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that meme where it's like all the where it's like the people and they're next to or they're sitting down and there's like a bunch of well planned story campaign, and then the dog's just going after the stick, and then the stick is just like some like NPC bartender that I like gave a little bit more
Yeah.
description to. Like that's what I basically always think though, and I love
Yep.
it. That's my favorite part about D&D. It's just like, well, you gotta roll with it. They're taking the bartender on the campaign now. I
The
guess I gotta write a whole new section.
that classic D&D meme is like what is his name? It's like this NPC meme has become a real thing that people are putting in their games now, like Boblin the Goblin.
Oh yeah, Goblin.
Yeah, like anytime there's like a random NPC in a tavern, players are always like, "Oh, I want to talk to that guy," instead of like developing the plot. So people are always naming that NPC Boblin the Goblin and like adding it to their games now. I think that's pretty cool. I love that the like D&D community, like memes and funny things that like one person thinks up in their game, like that can get so popular and become something that everyone like tries out in their games, you know?
Yeah.
One of the cool things about tabletop RPGs. Yeah, I think that wraps it up for today, guys. Like I said, if you get any ideas about what I was talking about, like downtime and doing something in between potential future campaigns, or if you are just over it and want to wrap this up and never play again, like I totally understand either way, although I would be heartbroken. But I have been thoroughly enjoying this. Thank you guys for all the patience with taking weeks off here and there and stuff. Hope you all had a good holiday season, and I know we're coming up on Christmas again, so we might have some more delays, but as far as I know, next week we should be good to go as long as you guys are. I have vacation all week, and I will be able to prep pretty much the rest of the campaign, so we should be all good to go. I think that wraps it up. You guys all good to go?
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thanks for playing, you guys.
Yeah.
Really appreciate it. Good to see everybody again. Had a wonderful time. Have a good rest of your night and a good week. Like I was saying earlier, I'll be back streaming tomorrow. I was thinking about playing some Dark Souls, maybe. Also, the Halo Master Chief Collection finally came out on PC, so Halo Reach is on Steam now. So I might begin a giant video game campaign of me playing through every storyline of all the Halo games in order, which would be really fun. I'm a big fan of those games from
Hell yeah.
way back when, so it's either going to be like a new Dark Souls run, or I'm going to start Halo Reach campaign tomorrow on stream. So come by and check it out. Should be fun either way. Yeah, catch you guys later. Thanks a lot for playing. Had a good time. Appreciate you guys.
Thank
No
you.
problem.
Thanks.
Yep, catch you guys later.
See you next week.
Bye.
See you.
All right, everybody still left on the stream. Thank you for being here. Kitsu, thank you for the 13-month Prime resub. Holy cow. Vampire King for the host, as always. Let's see. I know we got a sub from Dr. Feargood as well, and those awesome emotes. Super cool. Thank you guys very much for the support. You're awesome, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.